everybody. Good afternoon, but only barely because the world steals an hour from... You know what? Let's not get into it. Good afternoon. It's the top of the hour. You still got a little bit of time to grab some snacks, get something to drink, get even cozier than you are. It's Sunday afternoon. Be cozy. And share out the link with your friends and family that aren't already in the stream because STABernacle will begin in about 2.5 minutes. Welcome to the virtual Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for STABernacle. Please welcome to your screen, STABernacle.
Hello. Thank you for welcoming us to your screen. I'm Skip Bacon. This is David. Is David that way or is it this way? This way?
Let me look at Twitch. It appears that I am to your left. Unless everything's reversed. We're looking at the whole Hall of Mirrors situation going on.
Okay, so...
One of the directions, I'm the one in the frame that is not Skip, is how you can tell which one.
Here you go. Please welcome David. And I'll just make this hand gesture because I don't know what to do with my hands. David! Thanks for being here, David. Thank you guys for having us back for what I think is our 4th STABernacle. We'd have to ask a super fan. Episodes, do we have super fan Patreon members, OnlyFans?
I think it's our 5th. I think we had Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel. Oh, no, wait. Did we do Cain and Abel and Noah and Tower of Babel all as one?
See, I feel like right now what we're doing is that thing Grandma does, and she's like, no. Was Rosie... No, her birthday's on the... Sure. That's what this feels like. I feel like we're about to pull out a checkbook and start writing checks, but we don't remember the date. So regardless, I'm super glad that everyone is here today, and we're having another STABernacle. I'm trying to think if today is a very today is a very special day. It is my anniversary today. It's not just a STABernacle show day. It is my 20-month anniversary because I made a joke about doing anniversaries every month, and that was a joke that's lasted of 20 months. So here we are, 20 months in. And for our very, very special 20-month anniversary 5th STABernacle show, we are going with the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. David looks very happy. You all should be very happy. I think there are some things, though, that people automatically get in their heads when we say we're going to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah. So I wrote down some of the basic outlines of the story for us so that we can kind of get a more broad understanding of what it is. But yeah, we're going to focus on some of the general stuff too. So today's story, Sodom and Gomorrah, everybody, if you want to look it up, it's still in Genesis for everyone who's keeping track of how many books in the Bible we've gone through in 5. It's a quarter of one. Probably not even a quarter. Anyhow, Sodom and Gomorrah is the story for today. I feel like I should be a teacher doing one of those. Do you know how teachers can magically hold books like this and then read backwards? I can't do that. So today we're going to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah. First thing, I wrote you guys 5 sticky notes worth of information in my Lisa Frank notebook. The first one is that in Sodom and Gomorrah, we are re-emphasizing, I don't know if you guys remember this kind of weird thing from last time, re-emphasizing God's intense love story with Abraham, because he full on tells Abraham, hey, I'm going to destroy those cities, and then proceeds to bargain. Abraham's just like, I know how close we are, bro. Let's talk about this. Like, maybe we don't have to burn the whole city down. What if there were like 50 good people? And God's like, yeah, there were 50 people. And upon further review, there weren't 50 people. Maybe there were 30 good people. And that's why we shouldn't burn this city down. And Abraham gets all the way down to 10 good people. If we could squeak out 10 good people in an entire city, would you agree not to burn it down? And this all works out pretty well, except for the exception that they can't actually find 10 good people. So in the city, the second point is that in this city, there's not even 10 good people, not 10. And it's really indiscriminate wickedness that they've been accused of. Just indiscriminate, uses the word wickedness over and over and over again. And it's at least implied, they don't directly say like what the wickedness is, but there is at least one time that it is implied that the men of the city are at least angel rapers. Like they're at least that bad. So the wickedness is at least that bad. But over the generations, all sorts of wickedness has been implied in this city. You're probably thinking of some of them right now. A lot of gay stuff, a lot of sexuality stuff that people weren't comfortable with. They just kind of said, yeah, they meant wickedness. This is what they mean. So basically the wickedness that was happening in the city is whatever the patriarchy was afraid of at the time they wrote this story. For us, it's definitely gay stuff. So that's what gets implied, but it's just general wickedness in the story. But the third point is that since there weren't even 10 good enough people, the angels say that they're going to burn the city to the ground. But they give a Lot and his family a chance to get out and escape from this fire. And they tell the family that you guys can go over here and you can live safely if you go live over in the hills and be over there. And they were like, yeah, let's do a little bit more bargaining though. Thanks for letting us get out of the city, but we're like more city folk than hill folk. Can we go to the city? And the friggin' angels say, yeah, dude, but the only thing you can't do, now that we're still bargaining, you can go to that little city and you can survive, even though we're raining sulfur on the rest of the city. The only thing you can't do is turn around and look at the utter destruction of this city. Just don't do that. Go to your little place that you're going to live now that we've allowed you to flee to. And they're like, yeah, sure, let's do this. So Lot and his family are allowed to escape. But that one condition, and of course, I think people know this about the story, that Lot's wife couldn't even handle that. So she turned back around, looked at the city, even after the extreme bargaining with the angels, and she was immediately turned into a pillar of salt. So I think all in all, there were only 3 good people who escaped this entire city. We bargained down from 50, and it was burned to the ground. It was burned to the ground, and that's the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. So that's the story we're working with today. You can put into the chat if you want other things that you kind of know about this story or maybe heard about this story. Maybe we can touch on some of it today. But yeah, that's the gist of the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. Did I miss anything, David? Did you want to add anything about Sodom and Gomorrah?
Just if you haven't seen it already, 2 weeks ago we were gonna talk about this, and then we got just a little bit smoked. And I'm really proud of the 30-second video explaining that. So if you haven't seen that, go find that on
go run that on a loop.
Facebook page. I was disappointed that more people did not see that and say this is excellent film quality. Yeah, I had fun making that. I got to burn a shirt. So yeah, we're gonna talk about Sodom and Gomorrah today, and we're gonna talk about God and the gays, because that is what people so often think of.
God and the gays.
I swear there's yeah, it's interesting. I think back on the very anti-gay camp that I worked at, and how all of the people who were I think the most righteous amongst the camp staff, all, you know, a couple of years later, it was like, oh, and now they are bisexual, or they are in fact gay. So I think it's an empathy thing. I think it's if you're big on, if you do have that and you're living in an environment that's very, wow, our Twitch just got a ton of stickers that showed up all at once.
Twitch is the best.
I could not resist, but looking back, I am gonna turn into a pillar of salt.
Don't do it. Don't look back. That's how Twitch gets you. If you try to curse in the Twitch feed or they turn you into a pillar of salt. They take it really seriously. So keep it together, okay?
Yeah. There was a brief time where one of our segments was going to be other people turning into other condiments, but I decided that was.
Oh, I see. Don't turn back or you turn into a condiment. So there's like salt pillars, mustard pillars. Yeah. Okay. I like it.
So we're gonna start with some blasphemy this morning. I'm gonna begin with an altered version of some comedy I've done before, because it just fits so well.
There you go. So for everybody who just joined, welcome to this week's blasphemy, which is one of our favorite parts of this show. Gets us smoted every once in a while, but we recovered. So this week's blasphemy, what do you got for us, David, for this week's blasphemy?
Oh, this week's blasphemy is sodomy is better. So growing up as a Christian, I was taught not to have sex before I got married. And I succeeded. My wife, Allison, received the same advice and accomplished the same goal. Our prize is that on our wedding night, we were bad at sex. That's how that works. We were both told in youth groups how great our wedding night was going to be. Our youth pastors talked about how great sex was more than any other adults in our life. It came up inappropriately often. I spent time in a high school locker room, and the information there was less explicit and more honest. And then a few years into marriage, I found out gay women orgasm more than straight women. So that whole gay sex thing, is unnatural. I'm sorry, I'm misreading this. So that whole gay sex is unnatural thing is a lie. It works better. They're having sex, we are having straight sex. The qualifier goes on the one that works less. It's like meat and meat substitute. You're going to need another source of protein. I wanted to be better at sex, so I went and looked up sex advice from lesbians. And this advice was usually, penises are bad, use something else. I thought they were being mean, and it turns out that is actually really good advice. Every good piece of sex advice comes down to use literally any part of your body other than your penis on any part of her body, and it will be better than if you were using your penis. It is upsetting to me how well that works. I've been lied to about my penis. That's all that foreplay is. It's just don't penis yet. Stop penising. Use anything other than your penis, and eventually your penis will be more tolerable. That's why lesbians are so much better at sex. The penis part doesn't even happen unless they want it to. And then they brought a better penis. The fake penises are better. Gay sex is better. And if you're really good and use all that lesbian wisdom, and she orgasms a lot and enjoys sex a lot, then you ideally can reach a point where she will use bedroom advice she learned from gay men. And that also doesn't even require your penis. This is comedy I've done for a while, and I never realized that I was talking about sodomy. Robert Best pointed out in the chat, I used to think sodomy was just anal sex, but it's apparently, the definition includes oral sex and any other sexual activity that could not produce a baby. Anything that doesn't involve both the penis and the vagina, with other body parts just sitting back and watching.
Other body parts.
Other body parts.
Over here, wherever you keep them.
And I don't think I was taught this was the reason Sodom and Gomorrah had to be destroyed, was because they were committing sodomy. But I don't think that was it. I'm not sure about that. I think that I think they were doing some good stuff. They were I don't think that could have been it. I think it was the angel rape, as Skip mentioned. For those who don't know, in that story, angels visit Lot, and then people just show up at the door like, I saw some sexy young people in there. Could you release them out here so we can rape them?
And I think they even at one point mentioned like the size. Like I believe I saw large men, or it's alluded to that they were even big, which is weird. Like your neighbors just show up and like, hey, saw some people from out of town. They seemed like true beefcakes. Can you send them out here for this city orgy? And the weirdest part of the story is that Lot's like, no, not my angel buddies. Well, I do have 2 daughters if you would like to take a run at them. Again, when we're talking about like the wickedness that was involved in this story, that's not sodomy either. I mean, it's all a lot of rape. It's not great. I'm not saying the city was great. I'm just saying it just sounds like a lot of rape. Just a lot of rape.
Yeah, it is interesting that God was like, of all the people in this city, the one offering up his daughters to be raped, that's my guy. That's the righteous guy. I want to get him out of here.
That's that good guy. Make sure you get him out of here. Cream of the crop. Let him repopulate someone else. He clearly has some daughters to spare for the repopulation purposes. Get him out of here. And yeah, he was the one who made it out alive. After, I mean, he saved the angels from rape, but he definitely offered up his daughters. So in the story, it never explicitly says there's gay stuff, sodomy. They don't really specifically say that. It's just general wickedness. But then as society grows and the patriarchy fears more and more things, one of the things they decided they definitely feared was gayness. So they went ahead and said, that's why that city burned down. It was super gay. That story is super interesting. It's super interesting. But I'm glad too, though, that stories like this led to you and your revelation that gay sex is better. That we all need to be listening to lesbians on a regular for realistically most of our life advice. So I'm so glad it brought you to that point, at least, getting us where we need to go with our Bible stories, because that's our true purpose, right? The Bible stories is to guide our sexuality. And that's, I'm just glad you were able to get to that point. But we didn't get here by ourselves, though. We have some very wonderful people who guide us along the way. If you're Catholic, you may know about these people. There are other religions that have them, but we have saints, and saints are people, ancestors from our faith, who have led us in the right direction and help us get where we're going. And the person, one of the very special people that helped David get to this gay sex loving place that he currently is our new patron saint. Would you like to introduce our patron saint today, David?
I would. I'm very excited about this. So I have here some candles made to show the image of our saint. So Cameron Esposito, for those who are not familiar with her or cannot see the candles, she's incredible. So I've worshipped her since college. So this is just making it official. So she's
just official heresy right
this
now.
This is just the official. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm doing it within the constraints of this religion we're forming. So I think
that's correct.
Yeah. So, so she's a very talented comedian. She was for sure an inspiration for the show. She has a master's in divinity, I believe. Yeah. There's some other cool people who have that.
Yeah, there's like 4 of us. We're in a club.
So she has a ton. If you enjoy this show, I highly recommend checking out all of her work and everything she's ever done, because it's a lot of it is observational comedy about her Catholic upbringing as a queer person. So I would check out. She's on BuzzFeed. She did the Ask a Lesbian series, which is particularly relevant today because she gets asked about, being gay is a sin. How can you do that? And she very articulately explains, well, actually, scholars disagree on what those verses mean. Some people think that they are anti-rape passages, or anti-pedophilia, because at the time where some of those verses were written, the most common practices of homosexuality were certain older Roman citizens with younger boys.
It sounds like you're specifically trying to not name drop some people. You're like, there's some
you know who I'm talking
woman. I don't want to say names. Ugh.
And she explains that very articulately in a short amount of time. But it's good information.
So we're making her our first official patron saint. Did we choose what she's the patron saint of?
Patron saint of upright citizens. She is a member of the Upright Citizens Brigade.
Okay.
And so she also has, I recommend checking out her Same-Sex Symbol comedy album is amazing. I have 2 signed copies of it. She had a TV series, Take My Wife. Also, she has 2 podcasts, Put Your Hands Together and Query, which I love. Query. It's just her having conversations with queer or non-straight, non-cis people about life. I discovered her in 2014, and I tried to make a Wikipedia page for her, and it did not let me because I had not made any other Wikipedia pages. And then I found out later she also had been trying to make a Wikipedia page for herself and was unable to. And that was cool. We had a conversation about it after one of her shows, and she brightened up when I said I tried to make a Wikipedia page for her. It made me feel special. So I saw her show at the Comedy Spot a couple years ago, and I interacted with her while she was on stage, and I maybe accidentally heckled her because I talked to her for a while. But during our last comedy writing / therapy session, Skip says I need to take people's acceptance and praise at face value. So I'm trying to do that.
It's a hashtag I'm thinking about starting because it's a thing people say about me a lot is that I've only ever heard compliments, and that may not be true. So hashtag only heard compliments. So try it out. It's very helpful to just hear the best of what people are saying about you. Or with you, or engaging with you. People want to be around you. You're amazing. You're great. You're great. So yes, you had a beautiful, wonderful firsthand interaction with our own patron saint. And for those of you who know about saints too, I'm not just willy-nillying all of this. I know how this stuff works as far as canonizing someone goes. One of the other important things to have is, of course, the backstory. You obviously have, it's 2021. To become a saint, you obviously do have to have a Wikipedia page. So I'm really glad she got that all worked out. Very, very important she got that worked out. Obviously, you need to have merch if you're going to be a patron saint in 2021. So we made her some merch. The other thing is that for us, as the people who are working on canonizing her, we need what's called relics. And so some of you may know what a relic is, but a relic of a saint is something, there's 3 different classifications of relics. So the first classification is a piece of that saint. We're not that creepy. Cameron's still alive. So we don't have any pieces, that I'm aware of. I actually don't, no one comment on that. If you have a piece of her, keep it to your damn self. But an actual piece of a person, so the first class relics are like a bone, some blood, some hair. It's weird. The second class relics are something that person owned or touched or spent time with or was around. Like that's a second class a relic. And then there's a third class relic that's just something that was in the presence of, was touched by, and that kind of thing. And David actually has what I would think is a third class relic of our first patron saint. David, do you want to tell them about the relic?
I do. So this was my road to Damascus moment. If you don't know what that means, give us a year or two. We'll get there.
Give us a minute. We'll get there.
So I was listening to her podcast query, and for those who don't know, I am a straight cis man, and I was trying to come up with the best way to rate and write a review for this incredible podcast.
You're so generous with your time and creativity.
I spent so much time trying to think of something short but meaningful. And this is what I came up with. This is some of my favorite writing I've ever done. This podcast is incredible. As a straight cis man, it's very helpful to have conversations about gender identity and sexuality that I can't interrupt.
High-fiving South Little Angel. Good job.
So she saw this review and she responded by liking this review and then commenting, I really like this. Because just liking it was not enough. And if I would put this interaction on my resume.
I think you should be able to put it on your resume. We're definitely adding it to the relics that we have, because that would be a third class relic if I ever saw one. It's not just a like, but a comment back on a comment you made. Like that is at least a third class for 2021, a third class relic. So that's what we've got here. So for anybody thinking this is like just some willy-nilly thing we're doing, it is not. Very well put together. Wikipedia pages, merch, relics, patron saint, Cameron Esposito. So, welcome to her. She's part of our ancestry now, as we do begin this little religion we're working on. So thank you so much David, for introducing Cameron to us, bringing her to us, and for your relic. That's so special. So special. I guess technically you would also be a relic because you guys interacted, to get, you were in the same space. I'll do some more research on that relic, but yeah.
I have like I said, I have some things signed by her. So she's canonized now in the Church of Stab, which I suppose means there is a Church of Stab now, where we have an organized religion now.
I am not filing those taxes. Somebody else will have to do that for me.
And as Skip mentioned, to canonize someone, they're usually dead. So I guess in the Church of Stab, we only canonize living people, and the Catholics can take them if they want once they're dead.
Once they're dead, or once their Netflix special comes out, or however we're going to determine the levels of canonization. But for sure, we've canonized Carmen. She's met all the qualifications. So I think we're there. So we'll let you know, though, as more saints come into us. If you have suggestions out there for other patron saints who we should be considering for canonization, just jot that down in a little chat, and we'll get working on it for you guys. How's that sound, David?
That sounds good. A little bit more business we've got to do, though, just to make this fully official. So usually, to canonize someone, there is a committee of religious leaders. So Skip, I hope you don't mind. I think you and I are now bishops?
At minimum, yeah.
I don't want to be an archbishop or the pope or whatever. I don't want us to fight over who gets to be pope. So we're going to just be bishops for now. And then to be a bishop, I should probably have had confirmation. So this is also going to double as my confirmation ceremony. I'm going to pick a confirmation name from the Church's saints.
Okay.
So I pick Cameron.
Cameron is your saint name.
So my confirmation name is Cameron. So I think that's come full circle. I don't have any oil for the ceremony. But
no, I have some Crisco and Pam, but I'm pretty sure as far as starting our rituals, let's not go with cooking oils just yet. We'll figure something else out. But for sure you're confirmed, because to be canonizing people, we need you to at minimum be confirmed. So yeah, we wrapped that up. That's taken care of. She's canonized, you're confirmed. Everybody's a little bit gay. Perfect. I think we're on a really good track here, right?
I think so.
I think this is the most productive our show has ever been. So I guess with saying that all, and the next little bit that we have for you is one of our favorite people, one of my favorite people, one of my favorite comedians. And she's not canonized yet. We haven't put her up for canonization. Definitely in the running. So I think once you see her set, you'll know what I mean by definitely in the running, because this girl has got what it takes. But we invited one of my favorite stand-up comedians, Miriam Wasabi, to come on the show and give us a little bit of input about her and her life and her upbringing and church and sex and gay things. And so we're going to show you a clip right now of maybe soon to be up for canonization, Miriam Wasabi. Can we play that clip?
And thank you so much, Skip. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm happy to be here. This makes me feel present, so I'm going to use it. My name is Miriam. It's a grandma name, which makes sex weird, because oftentimes the guy will be like, "Do you like that, Miriam?" And I'll be like, "I beg your pardon." That's if it's going well. If it's not going well, they'll be like, "Do you like that, Miriam?" And I'll be like, "Oh, you never wrote me." The funny thing is that that's just not even how my name is pronounced. My name is supposed to be pronounced Mariam or Marianne. But in our culture, it's just rude. It's rude to correct people. Much more rude to correct them than to give me an identity crisis. I was raised Muslim. But when I got to college, I just did what a lot of us do, and I immediately made a BLT and never looked back. I wasn't gonna get into heaven anyways. I'll tell you that right now, because I love sex. I always have, just ever since I was a kid, man. It's actually the first joke that I wrote, and I was like, I feel like we have something here. But both of my parents are immigrants, so they're much easier to disappoint. They think I'm hosting a TED Talk right now. My dad, he's from Iran, and when I turned 15, he tried to arrange my marriage, and my mom, she fought for me for my right to choose, and I'll never forgive her for cock blocking me like that. Just mind your own business. He tried to teach me Farsi because I was the only one of my cousins who couldn't speak it. And he'd start with the basics. He would be like, "Man means I," okay? Man means I. And then he'd disappear for like 10 years. So I can understand a little bit of it, but I'm not fluent. My mom, she's German. She's German, and she tells it how it is, just roasted us all growing up. I mean, she hit us too, but that didn't hurt. I got in trouble a lot as a kid. I think it's just been a double standard. Like my brother, he never really got in trouble. For example, when he lost his virginity, him and my dad, they high-fived in the hall. But then when I plucked my eyebrow, it was like no TV till it grew back. He's like, no TV till your brother gets laid again. And I think my brother, he's just always been the favorite. I think because he's the more successful one, which is just hella annoying. We do the same amount of drugs. I always would try to find loopholes in the rules. Like, I really wanted to get a tattoo, so I was like, oh, I'll just get it in Arabic, since the Quran is in Arabic. And then my brother was like, yeah, but the Quran also says not to mark your body. And I was like, yeah, Ollie, that's actually the verse that I was gonna get. So please mind your own business in the future. I couldn't really relate to the girls at my school. I'd eavesdrop on conversations that were like, oh my God, Mackenzie, can you believe my mom's only letting me take like 2 Xanax this week? And she said I had to choose between TV and sucking dick. Okay, this is a new joke, but it is. I'm trying to relay the message. But I just didn't get along with the girls in my school, and I wasn't allowed to sleep over or anything like that, which is fine. I didn't want to anyways. Like, how embarrassing would it be? The girls all ready for bed, and I'm like, hey, Miss Michaels, do you have like an extra compass on hand? I gotta find true east or I won't sleep a wink. Like, set me up for failure. I'm also bisexual, which is crazy. I never touched a softball. I don't know how it happened. But with my first girlfriend in high school, we really had to sneak around, delete all the text messages, hide all the Tegan and Sarah albums. And then one day I almost completely blew our cover. I sent a nude to her dad. I meant to send it to Christina, but I sent to my contact Christina's dad. Actually, I sent it twice because he didn't reply. I was like, here's a copy for the office. And then I was hella nervous when I got to their house the next day. He was outside watering the lawn. And he's like, hey, how come you don't send me no more pictures? And I was like, ew, because you're not my real dad.
Oh!
Okay, that's my set. Thank you, everybody, for listening. My name is Maria Musavi. Thank you, Skip. Thanks, Stab Comedy. Bye.
Wow. That was Miriam Savi, and I told you she was funny, and I can't, it's all I want to do. All I want to do is listen to her talk about religion and her family and her eyebrows. It's hilarious. I love her. Thank you so much, Miriam, for coming on and sharing with us. I cannot get enough of that girl. I can't. Every new joke she writes is golden. I never heard her call her mom a cockblock, and I was in the show the first time her mom was sitting front row for one of her sets, and I definitely remember, I would have remembered someone calling their mom a cockblock right in front of me. So that's my first time hearing that one. I love it. I love it a lot. And and it's funny because like both you, David, and Miriam both kind of really started out with saying like, you know, at some point you had to say, I should just tell everyone I am a cis, male just over here. Miriam made sure to point out bisexual. And it's an interesting thing because I feel like people really don't care about your sexual labels in many instances until they actually find out you're religious. So like in my instance, like they don't really care about sexual labels until they find out you're Christian, perhaps, and then they're like super interested. Like I know I mentioned this last time that like if you're a Catholic woman, they want to know what type of Catholic sexuality you have chosen from, because there's only two, David, you don't know this, but there's only two types of Catholic sexuality. You're either religious and a prudish tease, or a sexy and sex-crazed Catholic schoolgirl. So people don't really care about labels until they find out you're Christian. They really want to know that. But then sometimes people become even more interested in your label when they're like, oh, I don't know, for instance, a confused lesbian who just realized that I had been hitting on her for the past, like, I don't know, anywhere from 10 minutes to like 17 months. And for me, and for these women, these poor women, the confusion comes from two facts. The first fact is that if you've ever seen me hit on a woman, you know that it doesn't so much resemble an attempt to like attract a partner as it does resemble a mild stroke that's mainly affecting my speech and judgment. Like that's more what it looks like. And the second fact that confuses the women I attempt to establish like a sexual or romantic relationship with is the fact that I'm so out as a Christian. That's a label I use more readily than anything, really. But apparently when you're so out as a Christian, there are certain assumptions that folks have about you, or more so about your sexuality when you're out as a Christian. And it's these assumptions that confuse women who have just realized that I am hitting on them. And it often causes them to interrogate me further regarding what my Christian sexuality entails exactly. My very first explanation of what I was, because people don't like to ask that, so like, what are you? So they just kind of ask questions around that. So my very first explanation of what I was happened during one such lesbian interrogation session. I just always assumed that being out as a Christian pretty much said all it needed to say regarding my sexuality. So I never actually found it necessary to elaborate or even like label my sexuality as anything other than Christian, because as a Christian, you may or may not know this, your only job really is to love. You were made through love, to be loved, and to love. That's like the one job, is to live in that love. Everything we do, everything we say, everything we think is in that love. And this love is like, at least how I was taught it, this love is radical and very difficult. It's not like a baby kind of love. It's not like, oh my God, I love ponies. It's very difficult because we're not just called to, like tolerate and accept everyone, but we're actually really taught as Christians to love everyone, not just our neighbors, but the people who are hard to love. And before all of that, we are called to love ourselves by acknowledging our loved nature and the dignity and divinity that's inherent in all of us. And then we are supposed to then love people in a way that acknowledges that dignity and divinity inherent in everyone else. And while we don't perfectly love all the time, we spend most of our lives striving to live in this loveness and love others completely and without bounds. And this is why, as a Christian, I never thought about coming out as gay or straight, because I really thought that my job as a Christian was to strive to live my Christian sexuality by being open to full love of each person that I encountered. And I totally respect people who've made the decision to say out loud that they are gay or straight, but I personally felt that as a Christian, I couldn't rule out an entire portion of the population based on sex, gender, sexual orientation, or any other labels because I'm a Christian. And we can't do that. And it was upon explaining, it was during my first actual lesbian interrogation, shortly after explaining all these assumptions and understandings of Christian sexuality, that I was actually diagnosed for the first time as pansexual, because this very kind, super hot, confused lesbian who had just realized I had been hitting on her and attempting to be her partner for a very long time, explained to me that while I was certainly taking the Catholic understanding of sexuality to its logical conclusion, which is that we have to love everyone and we cannot shut anyone down for any reason, it is our job, that she explained to me that taking the Catholic understanding of sexuality to this logical conclusion, that not everyone, or better yet, no one actually reached the same conclusions that I had, and that my sexuality was not something usually deemed Christian, but more often described as pansexual. And while I wasn't big on labels, and I am still not, because they obviously don't work. I mean, like, I was for sure out there saying that there was no way I was gay, and I could never bring myself to rule out anyone as a potential partner, so I was never going to come out. Others were definitely labeling me also as a Christian, and the labels just weren't working. And so I did decide that if I were to label my sexuality, perhaps it wasn't pansexual. It was more of like just a non-denominational kind of sexuality. So if you ask me nowadays how I identify, I am a non-denominational Catholic pansexual. And what that really means is that sex, gender, or orientation, identity are not ways that I choose who I date. I guess it kind of sounds like I would like date anyone, but I wouldn't date like anyone. Well, I mean, wait, what's that? One time I did marry that toothless Buddhist. But anyway, I would just definitely, because of who I am as a Christian and my sexuality and the way I grew up, I would be open to dating, loving, and being with anyone. So, you know, I got that. So try not to judge me too hard. I'm just a Catholic girl out here trying to do her best to live her life as a non-denominational pansexual. But it's just such an interesting thing to watch people's assumptions and watch us all talk about religion and sexuality and kind of watch where we all ended up. Because it's true, David, not a lot of people ended up on the same end of that spectrum as I did. Not a lot of people who grew up Christian said, you know what? I think it's our true Christian call to all be a little bit gay. But that's where I am, you know? It's very helpful. It's very helpful to understand this now. I'm very grateful for all the confused lesbians who were like, oh, honey, no. The reason women aren't responding to you is because you're like super Christian. I'm like, and super into them, because that's and they're like, nope, back it up. Yeah, so that's kind of where we all are, where I thought all Christians were. So I think that if we're going with God was probably originally a starfish, then I'm also going with Christianity's only logical conclusion for sexuality is pansexuality, or non-denominational, at minimum, non-denominational sexuality. So that's kind of where we ended up. What do you think, David?
I think that's great.
Just the most supportive person ever.
I love that I knew we've had a ton of conversations writing this show about sexuality and religion and all kinds of stuff. And I tried to ask you those same questions. I was like, so you're Catholic, but you're making this show, you're willing to make this show. So like, where are you religion wise? And you told me a bunch of information without any labels. And you're also, you make reference to women that you've hit on, so you are, and you're like, Catholic. Like,
I'm Catholic. You nailed it. I get so proud when people would say, okay, so you were dating the woman and now you date a man, and for a minute you dated that person named Lola who nobody really knew what her identity was of any kind, but it didn't really matter to me because I'm a good Christian, David, and I'm trying my best to be a full Christian. But yeah, it took me a long time. I was pretty old the first time a lesbian said, "Oh my God, are you hitting on me right now?" And I was like, "Yes, please don't call an ambulance. I'm not actually having a stroke. I would like to make out with you." And they were like, "Wow, aren't you a Christian?" And I was like, "Yes, I am. So glad you could tell. Please take your shirt off." It definitely had alternate effects. So it was definitely hard. So I'm very glad to be in a place where I can understand a little bit better due to the guidance of the many women. I say lesbians, but some of them weren't. And they were just like, "Why is this woman constantly hitting on me?" Constantly hitting on. That's neither here nor there. But I'm very grateful for all the women in my life who are like, yeah, you being a Christian doesn't mean what you think it means when you're trying to get into somebody's pants. And they weren't wrong. They did not mean what I thought it meant. They were not wrong. But it's a good place to be. I encourage everyone. I mean, since we're starting the new religion, I'm already looking for Christian sex workers to help me get nipples put back on all the Jesuses. Obviously, we have a very structured identity for sexuality already that I think is going to work really well for people. Everyone knows religions need merch. We're working on that. So I think we're doing pretty well, all things considered, for only 5 episodes into establishing our religion. I think we're doing well, very, very well. What do you think?
I have to confess I was wrong. I did the math. It's 4. So Grandma finally figured out her checkbook. It is.
It's 4 episodes, 4 enlightening episodes of the religion that we are forming. I do also think that part of our religion, along with like sexual identity and maybe the lack of labeling as needed, just as Christian sexuality, I want to make sure that somewhere in our rule book goes, I believe you said earlier that foreplay just means not your penis, please, not your penis. So I think we really need to get that written into the doctrine somewhere. It's, the definition of foreplay, what it means, why gay sex is better. It was one of the first books I read, actually, when I went to graduate school for theology, similar to patron saint Cameron Esposito. But one of the first books I found super pertinent and relevant as soon as I got out of graduate school was a book called Sex Tips for a Straight Woman from a Gay Man. And it's the best read. I've read it over and over again. It is fantastic. So yeah, I think we all come to that logical conclusion. So realistically, the religion we are forming is just a logical conclusion of all the things we were actually taught about Christianity. That, logic conclusion, you're pansexual, you date anyone, not anyone, you know what I mean. So yeah, that's where we are. So I just hope it's welcoming enough. I hope enough people are like, yeah, I want to join this religion. Foreplay means just keep your penis away from my face. Like, I hope that people are hearing it and being drawn to it in a very real way.
Yeah.
That's where we are. That is where we are.
Yeah, if anybody has any suggestions of other things we need to add to the Church of Stab, I feel like we're creating like I just realized, because Church of Stab, not Church of STABernacle, like we're creating like a Mormon situation, like where have you heard the whole drama where they're like, we're not Mormons. Mormon was the one guy, and we're the Book of Mormon is it would be like calling Christians Bible people or Bibles.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, there's a whole thing going on where they were releasing videos saying, here's a Mormon, this is what Mormons are like, and then several years later we're like, but we're not called Mormons.
And were you on a mailing list? How did you know about this information?
I am on ex-Mormon TikTok.
Ex-Mormon TikTok, okay.
I see a lot of, because I posted several TikToks about this show, trying to promote it, and the TikTok algorithm said, you want to hear everybody who's ever attended a church, a religious ceremony, and has notes.
Has notes.
Yes, please give. So I've seen a lot of fascinating tales of the Church of Mormon.
Via TikTok.
Yeah, via TikTok. We happen to be right at the. Okay, so I had. This is a relevant story because we were just talking about Abraham.
I like how you have to preface it with, "Let me tell the story. It's relevant, Your Honor. I promise."
Okay, so in college, was brought by a Mormon friend to the Church of Mormon and was sat down with 2 Mormon missionaries, and we chatted and had a religious debate, which I enjoy because I'm a zealous little shit. And And so I have to say that every show where I...
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So my argument after reading the first section of the Book of Mormon, which includes Abraham, is mentioned in there, was I'm seeing a huge difference between the stories in the Bible and the stories in the Book of Mormon, which is that the stories in the Bible pretty much entirely revolve around people who are very flawed, and the flaw is kind of the central point of most of these stories. It's all about people having their faith tested, and you know, one of the big stories with Abraham is he was asked to sacrifice his child at one point. He was asked to wait and have faith, and one of his grandkids wrestles with the angel of God at one point.
There's some angel wrestling, yeah. There's some like literal hand-to-hand combat.
Yes.
It's kind of embarrassing.
And my question was, in the Book of Mormon, everybody seems to be flawless. And actually, Abraham at one point wrestles with the devil. And my big thematic point about the Bible was I think that people who are concentrating on being good, righteous people of God, that God asked so much of them that they were concentrating on God and they weren't fighting the devil, because they were like, their conflict was really with God and trying to obey him. And I asked, is there anywhere in the Book of Mormon where there's a story where it's about the flaw and about them trying to be better people and not being fully successful all the time? And I stumped them, which I like when I stump people. It makes me feel very, very smart. So.
No, it's one of my favorite things about Catholicism in particular is that we highly elevate, in the Catholic faith, highly elevate the people. The more you fuck up, the more important you are in our stories. And that's real important to me as a person who regularly fucks up. I'm not saying that my sexuality was a fuck up, by the way. I think that was I think I am spot on with how Christian sexuality should work. But I fucked up a lot of other ways. And so the more you fuck up, the more Jesus is like, we should hang out with that guy. And the more the Bible is like, this is righteousness. I'm like, are you sure? Because Lot just offered up his fucking daughters for rape time. And they're like, people fuck up. Let's make him the good guy. Jonah is my favorite one. Jonah goes and God's all like, oh, you should do this one thing in that direction. And he's like, cool, I'm going that way. And he does it like 8 times. And he got his own book. That loser got his own book in the Bible. So, like, yeah, if that's the kind of, like, fuck-ups you're allowed to do and still get your own book, I'm a huge fan of this religion. Huge fan. Want to hang out with people who are going to elevate me the more I fuck up. So, yeah, no, it's one of my favorite things about being Catholic, the elevation of fuck-ups. Maybe
another potential Church of Stab saint
to
go, girls? With have you listened to Shame? I listened to Shame on You for literally one lyric, and it's me and Jesus are of the same heart. The only thing that keeps us separate is I keep fucking up. And I loved that lyric. I have loved it from several different perspectives throughout life. So.
Yeah, like my favorite thing about being. Well, one of my favorite things about being Christian is how much I'm supposed to love my body, love myself, and make sure I smear that love around to everyone. But yeah, the second one is you're going to fuck up, and that's why we built this. If you weren't going to fuck up, none of this would exist. So go ahead, do your worst. And so far, my worst hasn't been that bad. It still worked out. Here I am. So pretty grateful. But STABernacle and the Church of STABernacle, you know, our church. I'm writing down my notes. Name the church. Got it. Foreplay, no penis, no face.
Otherwise, we're gonna have a schism, and you're gonna have the Church of STABernacle. I'm gonna have the Church of Stab, and we're gonna have, and it's just gonna be.
And then the taxes. Don't even get me started on what our taxes would have to look like in that case. I don't have the mental wherewithal for that. Well, do you want to? Did we miss anything according to our chats here about things that we need to cover about today? I think we covered plenty of gay stuff. I think that it's the Bible, so it lends itself to more gay sex stuff. So don't worry about it, folks. This won't be the last time. We had Miriam on. We will definitely have Miriam on again if she's willing to be on again because she's hysterical. Let's see. I think we covered everything for Sodom and Gomorrah. So we'll see what kind of feedback we get from people for our next show. See if you guys like it. See if you have some better names for the church. I'm gonna rack those up in there. Anything else we want to share with the crowd before we end mass? End our session here.
We're back in another 2 weeks on the 28th. This is a really great week to be watching stab comedy in general. It is the Quarantine-aversary. So you're gonna see a lot of cool stuff. They're just the anniversary of all these digital shows that have been happening.
So that's what we'll make sure to invite everybody to participate in the STAB Quarantine-aversary. It started last night, I believe, was our kickoff to the STAB Quarantine-aversary week of entertainment. We will have back-to-back entertainment all week long. So for me, you can pop back in here to see the Social Distancing Comedy Showcase, which is also celebrating its anniversary, its 1-year anniversary. So we'll kick that off next week. It's looking like next week's Social Distancing Comedy Showcase will also be a part of the celebration of Women's History Month, as we will book all of the funniest women I have ever met. And by funniest women, I mean funniest people. So those are some funny people we've got lined up for next week's Social Distancing Comedy Showcase at 7 p.m. And in case you were like, oh, you know what I'd love to see Skip Bacon do? Dance incoherently in her living room. There's also a dance party. Mr. Stephen Ferris's dance party is next weekend. So if you want to tune in for that, I highly suggest it. Make sure you're not wearing a onesie and that you get sweat into and then you can't get out. Anyway, last year's party got crazy. So those are some of the places you can see me here on STAB for the Quarantine-aversary. How about you, Dave? You got some shows coming up?
Yeah, I'm going to be back here in 3.5 hours for the Bodi Positive show. And that's going to be fun. If something you've been looking for me to do is take off my shirt and talk about my body a little bit, 7:30, I am one of the first acts. So that's...
Wow, that is the definition of a teaser, if I ever heard one right there. You even gestured at your chest. If you guys ever wanted me to take off my...
serious in this area that I'm going to talk about. And then...
tickets just sold out for that show. I heard it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Tuesday, this is a symbol for Tuesday, apparently.
No, it's not. Okay. Sure.
You can see my Trivia Killed the Radio Star show, which in this great season finale week, my show might be the character that gets killed off. So speaking of teasers, right? So you can come.
And you'll take your shirt off for that show also, or?
I mean, maybe.
Not a no. All right, I like it. Not a no. Yeah.
Feeling the music that much.
Okay, there you go. Writing that down on my things to do this week.
How it goes tonight? I may have to. That's what gets people to watch.
Well, it's not going to get people to turn it off. And at that point, you got to get an OnlyFans page. So pace yourself, David. Pace yourself for the STAB Quarantine-aversary. I don't know. I don't think there's been any nudity yet. I hope there is. Let's see. What else do we need to mention? Upcoming events. Oh, I believe there is still merch available. So if you're thinking, oh man, isn't St. Patrick's Day this week? Shouldn't I get my loved one something special for St. Patrick's Day? You should. It's also Grandma Bacon's birthday. Get her a STAB hoodie. Wear it with pride. So check out the STAB merch to celebrate. There's always something to celebrate. So to celebrate St. Patty's Day, get you and your loved one a STAB hoodie. That's the merch. We also...
If you would enjoy these glorious things, you could contact Laura through STAB, and she makes these, and she's obviously extremely talented.
She's very talented. I know people think she's just a pretty face, but she's not. She's so talented and gorgeous. It's unbelievable. Anyway, that's the story about how one time I hit on Laura for a couple of years and it didn't work because she didn't know what I was doing and she thought I was having mini strokes. Sorry, Laura. I just love you. Yeah. So there you go. That's where you can get your merch. That's where you can get your lovin' and all your funnies here at Stab. I guess we'll just have to wait until next time to see everybody, huh, David?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's really hard when we don't get to see you guys. So please feel free to message us about your ideas for our Bible shows. If you have somebody who you think does amazing comedy and would be just the right fit for a comedy Bible show, because there are so many of those people out there, hit us up. Let us know who those people are so we can grab them, get them on our show. If you have a story you'd like to share yourself, but you're too shy to do it on camera, like some of us, just kidding, I love this. Let me know so we can get your stories on and share your stories with other people who need to hear. Maybe they need to hear how you grew up thinking that being a good Christian meant you were pansexual. Maybe you grew up, I don't know, but if you got a story and you need us to tell it and you want people to hear it, we'll share it. I'm so glad you guys come and spend this time with us on a Sunday, every second and fourth Sunday of the month at 3 p.m. All right, just click on it online. You'll get a reminder. Don't worry about it. But thank you, Twitch, for coming. I love it when Twitch is here. Thank you, Facebook and YouTube. And thank you, David, for making this show so special. A special shout out to Laura for making our candles amazing. And of course, our patron saint, Cameron Esposito. And Jesse for hosting us here and making us a part of the Stab Quarantine-aversary showcases. So thank you so much. And also, I think if you watched the video when Miriam was up, she put up her little hashtag, her handle. I'm not very good at the internet. So you can follow Miriam, and she's got live shows going on, and she's got Zoom shows. She's got all sorts of stuff. So you can follow her, and make sure you check us back out here at Stab. Thanks, Jesse, for having us on again this week.
Well, thank you, Skip and David. Oh wait, we gotta get the organ back up. There we are. Thank you, guys. Thank you for another STABernacle. That's it for the first show of our second day of Quarantine-aversary. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I had planned to group all the shows as closely as possible, but then I left STABernacle and Suzette at their normal times. So last night we overlapped things pretty well with less than a half hour between shows. We've got about an hour now, but I don't want to stop down. So I collected a bunch of videos from friends of Stab. We've got Luke Soin's vlogs. We've got Jack Brown's comedy videos. We got the Zexy Bandito's comedy videos. So, we are going to give you the longest pre-show that we've ever done. And I've talked long enough that I can make this its regular 4-digit thing. All right, there it is. It's crossing over. So, I'm going to play you a bunch of videos from Friends of Stab to get you from the top of this hour to the top of the next hour for the Suzette Veneti show, which will be coming up at 5 o'clock or 5:03. So thank you guys. Thank you for sticking around for STABernacle. Stick around for the rest of what we've got. We're 5 shows out of 28 or something, so there's a lot left. There's 7 more days of this. So thanks for hanging out with us, and I believe if I have this set up right, I'm going to get you to some Epic Tiki. Vlogs are stupid. And then we'll transition into Jack, back into Epic Tiki, over to Banditos, and then we'll get you to Suzette. It's all going to be flawless, guys. I promise. All right.
So excited.
So hang out with us, and we will see you in a little bit.
What's up, guys? This is my vlog.
I fucking love
I'm Luke Soin.
We getting up for this?
This is Kevin.
Hey, what's up? Abs.
This is my dog, Nacho. He's not afraid of Kevin for some reason, and that's good. Oh. Mm-hmm.
What can I say? Luke, do you consider pets slavery?
Welcome. What's the size of his brain? You know, it's tiny. He doesn't know.
Because if we know anything about eugenics, it's great.
This is the show.
Luke, I'm going to say something real quick. I don't know when this video is coming out, but I imagine it's summertime. And when I think summertime, I think freedom, I think 4th of July, I think Memorial Day, I think of hot, sweaty men in wigs celebrating our freedoms. Let's talk about G.I. Joe.
Pork chop sandwiches.
That is not my first thought, but yes.
That was my fourth thought. I did A to B to C to D thinking.
Okay.
Actually.
You can just go to A, man. Because when it comes to video, you can, I think, edit this.
Yeah.
And then you could just tumble down that staircase of A to B to C to D, and then you cut it, and it looks like you magically got to D.
That's the power of it.
Watch, I'm going to snap my fingers, and it's going to be edited. Wow. Amazing.
What an edit.
What an edit.
So, we like G.I. Joe from when we were kids. We found this guy on the internet, though.
Oh, man. Mwah. Internet, thank you.
Hooded Cobra Commander 788. I keep thinking it's hardcore Cobra Commander, but
Hardcore
that's
Commander.
too many C's. You ever had too many C's in the kitchen?
Yeah, I've had too many C's in that kitchen.
I'm not talking about cooks. I'm talking about...
I was talking about cooks.
I'm talking about...
Oh, man. Okay.
Look, editing. I have a
Yeah,
bleep
you got
sound.
it. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
I'm gonna bleep it.
We all said chefs.
Cunt. Bleep.
Hooded Commander 788. It's all one word.
Yeah.
The H is capitalized. The C is capitalized. The C is capitalized.
The 7 is capitalized. The
This
8 is capitalized. The last 8 also capitalized.
So if you want to find this guy, you can easily. How many videos does he have up?
Oh my god.
This is what upsets me. This right here upsets me. If you want to look at this, he has over almost 3 million views right now.
Almost 3 million.
Almost. I'm sure like 50 of those are us just looking at videos, but still.
How many does Epic Tiki have? Okay, Epic Tiki has 136,000.
As of right now, okay, we had a little bit of a mishap.
All right, so what would happen was I
we
forgot
did the
to
whole
delete.
video. We did the whole video.
Oh my
And
god, it was
Luke
so
goes,
funny.
Oh man, I don't think it's recording.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go back.
My dog got bored and he ran away. So he has millions of views.
He has 3 million views. Luke, how many views do we have? on Epic TV?
136,789. Now, what we need you to do
It didn't even
is
go
call
up.
this number right now and pledge your subscriptions.
Yeah. I want to point out that this number didn't go up after our recording and going back.
Nope.
After
Wait.
the time we spent.
I didn't refresh it. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Maybe it went up one. Nope. It did not go up one.
So what we need you to do is call this phone number on the screen, on your screen right now. Call this phone number and then tell your friends and your family
To watch
our videos. The phone number is unrelated. You
Yeah.
can just call it. It's a sex line. But what you can
do is
support those local ladies and their voices.
call it. Get the endorphins from positive sex talk. Hang up. Watch some Epic TV videos so that
Yeah.
you get more endorphins.
Finish to an
yeah.
Epic Tiki video. Like,
Yeah.
get real going. Get going. And then when you see Kevin's face or my face in a sketch,
Not my face.
just...
Anyone's face. Corey's face. That's fine. And we're canceled.
Oh, Twitter just told us. We're canceled.
We're canceled. So this guy's video that we're watching is titled HCC788 and AK's review of Python Patrol Crimson Guard.
Crimson Guard.
I don't know what that is. So AK is a child, and when you play the video, I'm just gonna...
Guys, it's HCC788.
And look, at Epic Tiki, I found a video with really good fart sounds that I use.
And it's classic.
So
It's good.
Let's listen to some of them.
Okay. Because in Epic Tiki, we don't do it in the beginning to catch your attention. We make you wait for it. We make you come in.
Wait, there's a couple more.
Oh.
Did you hear how that one echoed in the bowl?
Yeah.
And you're just not going to get that from this guy.
No.
So.
So it starts with a fart, and then a child speaks to us.
And I'm doing a review with HCC.
Oh,
And then here's the creepy part. He puts a little thing up that says, "My little buddy AK wanted to do a G.I. Joe review. He's 7 years old and watches the channel all the time." Look, if a 7-year-old watches your channel, that's fine. I'm not upset. Taking them to your mom's basement to do a video with them, I get a little creeped out. Because what does the last part say, Luke?
I got permission from his parents to upload this.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, if you have to
I-
say it in the video, then it sounds like maybe you didn't.
I also feel like saying it in the video kind of like makes you say like, it's cool. It's cool, guys. Like if I had a 7-year-old in my car and someone pulled me over and said, "Why is there a 7-year-old in your car?" And I go,
It's cool.
"His parents said it's fine." And I put my hand over his mouth. You come to your own conclusions.
His parents said it's fine. I have the virus now.
Whenever somebody touches my mouth, that's what I do automatically. I start licking their hand.
Especially if it's a 7-year-old.
You know what? They learn. They learn their lesson. That's what I say. And then it gets to our favorite part of the video, if we just go a little bit farther.
I can see you.
Oh! He goes,
I'm gonna throw up.
I can see you. Also, I love how the kid, like...
No.
It sounds like in the Dark Knight when the Joker is leaving his creepy little videos everywhere.
You see, this is how crazy Batman's made Gotham.
He grabs the camera and you hear like all the... Yeah, and then he's wearing like this Cobra Commander.
He did not look like a KKK member in the cartoon.
Yeah, they designed him well. They designed his mask to be, it's very circular.
And then,
There's
like,
no
little,
point.
Little curtain drapes.
Yeah, you got
for
these
the
like
bottom.
flowy, silky locks almost. You wake up in a hotel room on vacation, you look at your curtains and you're like, Cobra Commander? And he's like,
No,
I'm curtains now! And then you can't not do that voice loud. It has to be.
Yeah, it has to be loud.
It has to be at full volume! Like,
Cobra!
Destro, where do we get our funding? We blow up so many technologically advanced devices every week.
I'll have the salmon.
Well, I actually have to. Because my dad doesn't want me to expose my real name and face stuff. You know what I mean.
No, we don't know what you mean, child. No. So his dad's making him wear a hood.
See, I don't know.
And change his name and all.
We don't see the dad. Let's point that out. There's no information about this dad.
All we have to go off of is
This dad
that exists. He could be dead. This HCC could have killed his dad.
Could have shot him with one of those laser guns from the show.
Famously accurate laser guns.
Yeah, if you watch the cartoon, which actually we started on all this because Hasbro has been putting out HD versions of the original cartoon show, and when you watch it, it's like they blow up everything except people.
Yeah, that was in the FCC guidelines. They couldn't have bullets and they couldn't kill people.
Which is why they have the lasers, right? That's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, kids get enough of the bullets and the dead people at school, so why put it on their TV, right? Yeah. Bam! Social commentary.
Hashtag Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook is real. He's a raging
He always
angry
looks
man.
like it. He's. So this video is horrifying. Was there any more from this that we talked about?
And, but I am helping him with the review.
Helping or being forced?
Forced.
Could you please do the, honors for the...
You know what's weird about this kid is he sounds like a guy, like a 45-year-old man at a Comic-Con.
I've seen enough of these Hollywood super hunks. We need a dumpy, unappealing loser.
Like the way he's speaking, he sounds like...
Could you,
Would you... yeah, he has that voice where he over-enunciates all of his words, and also...
What that's like. Because I under-enunciate all my words.
And misenunciate.
Misenunciate. I want to point out real quick.
Call this phone number right here to support Kevin and his speech
I
impediments.
was actually in a speech therapy class for most of elementary school.
Oh, I thought you were going to say for the last year and a half.
For the last year and a half.
The post office pays for that.
Yeah, they have to. Cause
That's your
like,
tax dollar. There's no tax dollars.
Yeah, we're not bringing the post office into this one. I will point out, though, if Cobra Commander was a real person and still alive, I would imagine he would look like hooded Cobra Commander 887. Because that
at this point, he probably would be living in a basement, just like...
All right. I don't know how to review a toy, though.
Okay, well, you know what? We can review...
We can.
Toys.
I don't have any G.I. Joe toys, though.
Well, because you sold them all in the divorce.
So I don't have a can opener.
I don't have one either.
Because my ex-wife took it in my divorce.
And I've been using that can opener to fuck your ex-wife. Yes.
There's that joke again. I found my G.I. Joe toys.
To be continued. That's right. This episode was so long that the review of the toys will come out later. Thanks for watching, and go subscribe and like it.
Football is culture. We don't need players, we need prayers.
Jack Easterby. Football, faith, funny. The debut stand-up album.
Hey y'all, I'm Jack Easterby, and thank God for that, because Easter be my favorite holiday. Can't imagine if my name was Jack Valentine's Day B. You know, I've been called a televangelist mixed with Littlefinger. These look little to you? Well, you're far away, so stop playing. You know who didn't have a left tackle? One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Jesus Christ. Okay, maybe Peter could cover him on a 3-step drop, but you know what Peter was? More of a receiver of the Word of God, who was also Jesus, by the way. They say you can't drink raw milk. Bill Belichick, y'all. The greatest of all time besides Jesus himself. Calls me in his office. He said, "Get in here, rat bleep." It was a funny name that he would call me. He brought me in and he said in his Belichick voice, you know how he talks, he went, "Stop eating my gumdrops out of my trash. Stop going through my trash for gumdrops." You know how he talked, man. That taught me that he was a leader. Just want to strangle that Bart Simpson. He's just too much, isn't he? He's too darn much. Oh, sorry, I swore. Hey, Jesus, could you turn this water into a couple brewskis, okay? Leave the wine for my wife. I am, of course, in charge, effectively, of a multi-million-dollar organization. Y'all ever lie on your resume and then get the job? I guess I was the assistant director of pro personnel. And that's the last thing Osama saw. Boom! Right in the head. Think Jesus ever crip walked? Or you think Jesus ever hit a Dougie or maybe hit that Soulja Boy? Did Jesus lean with it, rock with it? I don't know. Jesus maybe hitting a cha-cha slide or even the Macarena or something, just something, getting that hair jiggling around and just really dancing, feeling the music, you know? That'd be cool. Gosh, do I hate rappers. Ooh, my God, my ears and their messages so bad. And also, it's just easy to do. I mean, I could rap if you guys wanted me to. My name's Rappin' Jack, and I'm here to say it's fun to rap in a respectful way. Sunday's school, Sunday's cool. Coming around me like you're a fool. And I eat my orange. Dang that, I was flowing for a second there. You can't lie. Nobody plays defense anymore. Duke does it right. Love Duke. Tell you what, my life isn't all fun and games though. I got stuck in a red box recently. Yeah, I got stuck inside the red box. I was trying to rent The Croods 2. Couldn't get it on VOD. A little bit more worried about GOD. But honestly, I don't understand how VOD works. You gotta be some kind of computer whiz to figure that out. So I was at the red box and I accidentally, and The Croods 2 is a good movie because they got the dinosaurs and humans hanging out at the same time like they should be. But anyways, I get to the red box and I put my coin purse through and I drop my coin purse. Of course, I don't use a credit card. The devil's work. But I'm getting in there to get it, and you know, my flexibility is sort of a blessing and a curse, and I get stuck inside the red box. So I'm in there and I'm just hollering, saying, "Help! Help! Help!" And a young man walks by and I'm screaming, "Help! Help! Help!" And he doesn't even stop. And you know why? Got AirPods in. Are you kidding me? Anyways, they got me out with the jaws of life and everywhere with football. I've been to South Carolina where people talk like this. "Hello, how you doing?" I've been to Texas to do football where they're like, "Hello, what's going on?" And they got the belt buckle too. And I've also been to New England to do football, and they're just more like, "Hello, how you doing?" And you know, oh, is it hot up here? Hey, what else? Oh, Santa's white. All right, y'all, I got to wrap it up. Cal McNair and I are going to Top Golf later, and we're going to pay some of the workers extra to stand on the range, see if we can hit them. Tip your waitresses or give alms or buy tickets. I don't even know what my thing is anymore. I'm kind of like a stand-up preacher, football guy. Pretty bad at all of them. I've been bad. I've been good. Down in Texas, Hollywood. I ain't asking for much.
Yeah, this is Luke's storage G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
Which implies that there's G.I. Joes that aren't in storage someplace.
But this is all of the G.I. Joes, so I was being redundant.
You don't have any more.
If I had them, I'd bring them out for this video. Video is life.
Yeah, this is our lives, guys.
If you don't subscribe, then
my God,
I will die.
Let's break into these toys.
Alright, so first up, when I was a child on my birthday, I received these two toys, and this one is a G.I. Joe Jeep. It has a good color scheme.
Let me get it in there for you. Okay.
Yeah, get
All right, this is the G.I. Joe Jeep. There you go, a little focused.
There he goes.
Boom, boom. Look at that.
I put the stickers on pretty good. Some assembly required.
Yeah, these will all be taken off. You have to put them on yourself.
Yeah.
And then the stickers would be on a sheet, and there'd be an instruction manual telling you where to put the stickers.
It comes right off.
Comes right off. I could choke on that right now. Yeah, a lot of kids died. And there's a missile too, right? Where's the missile at?
I found it.
Oh, you did? Alright. Yeah, do it to it. Damn, nice. It is missing the dental floss that held the missile in place.
Yeah, my mom, she tied this string on to the missile launcher so that when it shot the missile, it would just stop, and then I wouldn't lose it behind the couch. Clearly, she didn't believe in me or my skills to find missiles.
And that's separate from the toy review.
That's another review coming up about my mom.
Are we doing a podcast, a video where we review moms?
Yes. Can we do that?
Can we do that?
Is that allowed?
All right, today we're reviewing my mom. Just like a picture of her up.
Pretty good mom.
I'm trying to think what the scale be, because like for this we're doing Hooded Commanders, right?
Yeah. So what do you give this Jeep out of?
I like the color scheme.
Yep.
You know what I like about it. You know what I hate about it.
Oh, so what you don't like is this?
I hate this. I'm gonna give it a solid 3 out of 5 hoods.
I would give it 4 out of 5 because I had lots of good memories. So then we have this.
Bam.
Same collection. I got these on the same birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So
that
this
birthday
one,
was 21.
This is, yes. This one has the same missile launcher.
Mm-hmm. Same missile can be used in it.
Tony Stark was dealing under the table. Selling weapons to both sides.
Yeah.
It has the same roll cage. Mm-hmm. And then inside, a Cobra had an accident. I don't know if you can see, but there's a stain.
That's a down for me, bro.
So there's a poop. This doesn't have good diaper protection.
It also makes that horrible noise.
Same design flaw.
1 second. Thank you. If I had to, you put a gun to my head and I had to rate this one. I like the fact that you could take your girlfriend with you on a trip.
Just put a towel down in case, so she doesn't see your poop stain.
The poop stain really makes me nauseous. I give it, again, 3 hoods out of 5. Where's your score?
2.5, because I never liked that it had skis. Like, it's not all-terrain enough for me. I like all-terrains. So now we move on to the Starfighter.
And this upsets me. This one upsets me a lot.
This is pretty cool, I think.
It's not very aerodynamic.
It is. That's a lie.
It's a lie.
If you're...
Yeah, all the engineers watching right now, comment.
Yeah, if you're an aerospace engineer, comment down below, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, and do all those things in order several times. And just tell us that this is aerodynamic, because if you throw it... Ha, gotcha. And
no one got it. No one.
We don't need to have the fuel conversation again.
We don't?
It takes too long. Kevin thinks that this is dangerous.
It's dangerous.
But it's less dangerous than the Apollo mission, which I would say you're still sitting on thousands of pounds of rocket fuel.
Also, first off, it was the Challenger that exploded, not the Apollo.
But those also might have exploded.
All right. So just
dangerous.
Why don't you say what you like about it? Give it a rating. I'll say what I hate about it.
I like the overall design is very cool, and I could slice through space in this spaceship. 4 out of 5.
Wow. First off, this cannot shoot from Earth into space. You have to attach it to something to get it. There's no way this is making it through the G-force and through the atmosphere. The cockpit is extremely loose. That gets into space, you're going to die.
That's just age.
That's just, okay, fine. I hate the design, the fact that the fuel lodge is underneath where you sit. That is terrifying to me. If anything happens, you are extremely dead. Thirdly, the fuel exhaust, this is right next to where your head is. Let's say you're trying to take a nap. You're trying to float through space, take a nap because you're going to Dagobah. And it just like all this heat, you're not going to sleep. This is like heat just coming out of there. It's so bad.
You don't think it's insulated?
I don't think it's insulated. It seems...
I mean, it is plastic.
It is plastic, and there's no engine. So I'm going to give it 1 out of 5.
All right, that's fine. Okay, so now we have this case that I have. Hey, AK, if you're watching, we'd love to have you on when you're 18.
No, when you're 18.
When you're 18, you can be on the show.
Yeah, legally.
So, this is a really cool G.I. Joe case I got.
I actually like the case. I give the case 5 out of 5.
But the thing is I put little orca stickers all over it.
Which I love.
They're kind of like a rip-off of Street Sharks, but it says Club Shred Whales with an Attitude. That's when killer whales were the coolest. In the 90s? Fuck yeah, dude.
Do you not... Look at this. If these were people, would they not be Samoans? Like the conch shells?
We're gonna cut that out.
You don't think so? Let's break this bad boy out.
Which guy first? Do you want first guy I ever got?
I'll find this card, because you ripped off the card. Sci-fi.
Wait, don't get them out of order. They're in order.
How are they in order?
I have OCD. Just
there, sci-fi.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Here's this. I cut the card out.
We're not professionals like HCC is.
This is sci-fi. That's his butt. His helmet comes off.
And I don't know what he looks like besides...
I used to put this on my finger and I'd be like, I don't know. I just did that a couple times. Put the helmet on. Now he's ready for space travel, apparently.
As anyone is. I feel like you should have organized this a little bit before we started.
It's part of the fun. So this is the best missile launcher of all time, and this shoots really far.
I get how wobbly top, legs definitely can't hold itself up. He's sassy. I like how sassy he is. Hey, I'm Cypher. I'm full of sass. I imagine he talks like this. Hey, y'all, I'm gonna go to the store. Ain't been want anything. Alright, it's fun. I don't know what you want to rate him.
10 out of 5. This is the best one ever. My first one, it's the best one. What did you rate him?
I'm going to give him a 3 out of 5. Because I'm going to give everything 3 out of 5.
Hey, there's Allie. She's back there. Say hello.
She's doing her...
Happy birthday, Allie. Happy birthday.
Luke, you son of a bitch.
Alright, she did not want to be in the video. She is now.
We can pause it, you know.
So this is a fan favorite, right? Major Blood.
You want to pause it so they can get out?
We're going to take it for a walk. You can find all of his little toys. Next up is a Major Blood.
Major Blood, fan favorite. I'm not gonna even...
Major Blood, file name, Blood, comma, Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Birthplace, Sydney, Australia.
Okay. Or like to eat koalas and ostrich eggs.
Why are his teeth sharp and pointy? Look at this. His teeth...
Back it up, back it up.
Back it up. Back it up slow.
Yeah.
Back it up.
Back it up, back it up.
Back it up, back it up, back it up. There it is. Oh, there it is. Bam.
Look at his teeth are shiny. What the
now
fuck?
We're not...
Or spiky. Spiky? His teeth are spiky.
I don't like giving out his personal information like that, but I mean, that's up to you,
Oh
man.
shit, we just doxed Major Blood.
Doxed Major Blood.
Oh my god, this card is amazing. Specialties, terrorism, assassination, and process serving.
Where did he get those degrees? Like, where did he go to get that?
At Evil Careers College. You can do it!
Major Blood is a total mercenary slime who would think nothing of renting out his own grandmother as a tackling dummy. Wait a minute.
You gotta read it like a surfer guy.
Did you hear what it just said?
I know, but I read it like a surfer guy. He's
Why?
like totally... Alright, you read it the way you want to read it.
It doesn't need a voice, it's already funny.
Everything needs a voice.
Oh, it's a catalog?
It's a catalog.
Oh my god, I wanted all those toys.
Dude, who didn't want all these toys? So back in the day, kids, they give you like a poster that you could like want and like jerk off to all the toys that you don't have yet. You just pull this out for Christmas and start marking it and be like, Mommy, I want it. I want
with
it.
your little pre-jizz cum. It's like, oh, I guess we'll get you the one that's the stickiest.
Usually in the back there's like a cool poster. This isn't a cool poster. This is just more licensed products from G.I. Joe.
But they're like not exciting because they're not action figures. It's just like
it's just pictures of kids, which is not jerk-offable.
Yeah, you gotta be very careful which side
you jerk off to.
Dude, this card is so gold.
Yeah, read it, dude.
Okay, so you already heard the grandma's tackling dummy line.
Yeah.
Wanted on 3 continents just on general principles. He is adept with plastic explosives, long-range sniper rifles, garrots, whatever that is, blunt instruments, poisoned ice picks. Wait, what is this? It says he's also adept at Saturday night specials. And anything with nasty spikes sticking out of it. Who wrote this? A 12-year-old?
Well, this actually was a contest to write Major Blood's card.
When he heard Cobra had invented the ultimate in sonic weapons.
That dick right there.
He promptly went out and stole his own private arsenal. Major Blood writes really bad poetry. Rhymes that get rejected by prison newsletters. Prison is all capital.
Wait a second. Look at this, Luke. It says right here, written by Hooded Cobra Commander.
Whoa!
887. What the hell? You didn't see it coming, did you? It's a twist.
Wait, where's the card?
Oh, I put it away.
I'm not done. There's one
done?
little
There's
piece more.
Right.
Rhymes that get rejected by prison newsletters. Limericks that miss the beat. Haiku with 16 syllables. And freeform couplets about assault rifles and bayonet lugs.
This guy's way into poetry.
Can you imagine working for a guy in a terrorist organization who's trying to get you to read bad poetry about his weapons?
He's like driving the truck to kill G.I. Joe's like, hey mate, I wrote a poem, you want to hear it? He's on the other side of the car because
and his poem is like, stabby wabby grenade.
Stabby wabby poison ice pick. He's just snapping along. It's like not even rhymes.
Those who have received manuscripts from Major Blood would have preferred letter bombs. They would rather receive the equivalent of the Oklahoma City bombing.
It's almost as bad as being in a car with like the Uber driver, and he turns to you and goes, hey man, I wrote a screenplay, you want to hear it? And you're like, how do I get this car?
I thought I requested no talking.
They're like, he's so into his poetry that you'd rather get a bomb that explodes your face off.
What would you rate Major Blood?
Oh, 5 out of 5 hoods, baby.
Just because of the card?
Just because of the card.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I also have Wild Bill, but I had to replace the rubber band, as you can see.
Oh, yeah.
So now he's dancing Wild Bill.
It reminds me of Woody from Toy Story. Howdy, partner. Wild Bill gets a 5 out of 5 because he looks like Teddy Roosevelt.
He's also a classic. So I have this General Hawk. He also had to have a replaced rubber band. If you hold, he can't hold himself up.
I really want to talk about this guy though. This color scheme is great because it reminds me of the New York Knicks. Get up in there, baby. I'm
Move it
terrible.
around more.
Ooh.
No, less.
Less.
Put it closer.
Up, down, left.
What is wrong
Up,
with
down,
you?
left. Up, down, left. Maybe it is. This action figure is actually blurry.
There
Oh,
you go.
damn, okay.
You just gotta put it in the right
And the cool
spot.
part is his head only comes up a little bit.
Yeah, and you can see his creepy little beady
Creepy
eyes
little
in
eyes.
there.
It's like, why even wear a helmet if you're this creepy inside? I like this one. This is a 5 out of 5 for me.
He's like a reverse Captain America.
How is he reverse?
Because
He has a
he's
snake
evil.
on his... Oh, okay.
And he has a shield.
I mean, isn't America kind of evil? You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's not that kind of video, Kevin.
That's right, it's not. This
We're tax-paying Americans,
That's
all right?
I was gonna say that I have like 2 favorite basketball teams, and that's the Sacramento Kings and the New York Knicks because they suck. They all suck. And as a Kevin, it's hard to find sport teams that start with a K. And I love the
And
color
Knicks
schemes.
barely starts with a K because it
Yeah,
doesn't sound like it does.
Knicks.
Knicks.
I call them connives, knicks. I can know what you're talking about. I'll be here all video, guys.
Did I get the light yet?
Wow, I can hear everyone fast forwarding through this part on YouTube.
This is also one of my favorites. This is probably second favorite after Sci-Fi. This is Big Bear. Oh.
It's 5 out of 5.
They have these rubber bands in their little bellies, and they rip, they break, and they're not good.
If
so
you play with them too hard, they break. Mine never broke.
Come on, get in focus.
You trying to get his ass into focus?
Look at this. I got a Destro with a
this
broken
guy.
arm.
This guy's awesome. Destro's great, and this looks like Space Destro.
Yeah.
Is this Johnny Quest? What is this? I know this.
Oh, that's from Sequest.
We are its guardians, for beneath the surface lies the future.
Sequest.
That's that kid. He died, the actor.
Oh. Hey everybody, it's me. I can't get in focus. It's me, the actor from Sequest. I'm a ghost now. Ooh. Hey everybody, it's me, Kevin. I'm here with Luke, doing a review on toys. My name's Cheetah Print, and I'm here to kick ass and take names. And I don't understand names.
How long are we filming? This is too long.
Oh, we're at the 2-hour mark.
So last guy, Storm Shadow. This is a really cool character.
Mm-hmm.
All I remember is that he's a ninja and he was bad and then he becomes good.
Yeah.
You want to review it?
Yeah, again, dingly dangly legs, which is cool. It doesn't stand up, which is sad. Cool weapons. They're really clean. I really like that. He probably disinfects them. He's wearing a mask. So even G.I. Joe knows. Sometimes you have to just take one for the team to stop COVID-19. 5 out of 5. If I could, 10 out of 10.
Watch, he has a cool trick too. You can wind up his arms.
Oh, nice.
So like, you can kind of like, I'll grab his face and you wind up his arms like this.
It's gonna break. It's gonna break.
No, it's fine. And then,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Did you see that sweet ninja action?
I saw it. It was great. I can't imagine.
It's so fast. It's not even. You have to almost be like inhuman to see it.
I can't imagine Hooded Cobra Commander 877 or whatever doing a better review than we just did. To wrap things up, I think it'd be great.
Come at us, bro. We're not afraid of your chloroform.
I'll
but
fight
that
you.
7-year-old is.
The 7-year-old just like wakes up in a ditch, being like, "Where was I?"
The 7-year-old is gonna wake up like this, like, where's the rest of my body?
Why does my butt hurt?
Oh no.
I am going to wear this mask.
Real quick, Luke, real quick. Let's just pick our top 3 action figures, okay?
Optimus Prime.
No, I mean out of the box.
Well, you already know.
I'm not going to pick the ones you picked, so.
These are my top 3.
I also would pick Wild Bill.
My G.I. Joes. My girlfriend loves this. We play these together all the time.
Instead of having sex.
Yeah. Look, guys, have you ever spanked a girl's ass with this?
No. She's like, is it inside yet? I can't tell. So first off, it's Major Blood for me. That guy's card was hilarious. Second is Orange and Blue Guy, because those color schemes are fucking bomb. Look at that shit. And a shield. He has defense and offense, just like the Knicks. And third for me is Leatherneck. Comes in third because he's got like a spinny, like his arms can spin, and he's just a badass with some cheetah print.
All right, well that's
our video.
That's our review. Our video.
Oh man, I see why it takes 17 minutes to go through a fucking G.I. Joe figure.
Yeah, we did like 8 of them.
We did
like,
so
comment,
many.
subscribe, follow. Kevin, what's your email?
Well, my email is my personal email account. No, I think True Real Kevin at True Real Kevin, one word. It's on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. All that stuff is the same.
As opposed to false fake Kevin, which you should also make.
He is my rival.
You should do that and then do like a reverse color thing where it's like a negative exposure.
I think I will, actually.
Oh no!
Yay!
All right, guys, we got to wrap this video up. The roommates are coming in the house, and I'm embarrassed with all these action figures out. They didn't know that I had them. True Real Kevin, Fake Kevin, and
thank you.
Epic Tiki, follow it.
Was that like you giving the rose to someone?
Yeah, rose. And spank your ass.
You have to follow up on that.
All right, I think that's good.
Spank your ass.
Spank your.
John works for the IRS.
Hey man, while you're up, can you give me a drink? Yeah man, I'll get you a drink. What do you want? I got White Claw, Truly, Bon and Viv, Wild Basin, Bud Light Seltzer, Henry Seltzer, Smirnoff Seltzer, Vizzy Seltzer. I got Coors Seltzer, Coors Light Seltzer, Corona Seltzer, Tito's Seltzer. I got Tostitos Seltzer, Mad Bastards Fucked Up IPA Ale Seltzer. I got Werther's Seltzer. I got Go-Gurt Seltzer. I got Waco Seltzer. I got General Mills Seltzer. And I Can't Believe It's Not Butter Seltzer. I got Skippy's Creamy Seltzer. I got Seltzer I Hardly Know Her. I got Skippy's Chunky Seltzer. I got Charmin Seltzer. I have Seltzer House 5, the only official seltzer, Kurt Vonnegut Seltzer. I got Weed Roundup Seltzer. I got Sherman Williams Seltzer, Nintendo Seltzer, Drillbit Taylor Seltzer, Pennzoil Seltzer. I got Aunt Jemima's New Design Seltzer. I got ketchup, Nutter Butter Seltzer, Jim Boy Seltzer, Raytheon Seltzer, Holy Water Seltzer. I got Netflix Seltzer. I got Hulu Seltzer. I got Peacock Seltzer. I got Tubi Seltzer. I got Crackle Seltzer. I got CBS All Access Seltzer. I got Quibi Seltzer. Lisa Frank Seltzer. Wet Ass Pussy Seltzer, some Milk Seltzer, and some Oat Milk Seltzer. Oh, and Bud Light. What do you want? Bud Light? Catch!
Walter Cronkite, and yes, even a leap of leopards. Talk
I had the kind of parents that if I did that, they would have been like, let's take it down to Mervin's and get a new one. Because you bought everything at Mervin's back then.
Sure. What's Mervin's?
Okay, dude. I'm not even
I don't think they're in business anymore. I think they went
They're
bankrupt.
not.
They're down.
No. And also, what if we just did a Mervin's podcast? Talk about it. My mom used to work for Mervin's. I mean, yeah.
As everyone in the chat knows now,
we're doing a Mervin's podcast?
We're going to do a Mervin's podcast, or at very least a Mervin's vlog at some point.
Hell yeah.
We give the people
I think
what
we
they
could
want.
go to like where there used to be a Mervin's and then talk about how there's no Mervin's there anymore.
Guys, here's our review of Mervin's. It's closed. Now it's a Hobby Lobby.
It's all just going to be, it's going to be going to the old buildings and seeing if you can see the outlines of the old letters on the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
One star.
Oh, what's up? This is your boy Luke Soin and me and my boy Kevin Brown. We're about to go review this Mervin's over here. Mervin's is a pretty cool store. They've got a lot of good stuff in it. They have clothes and so we're gonna go there, review it, what we think about it, how we feel, do we have any memories there, you know, like whether or not did our dad like hit us because we were misbehaving inside the Mervin's. So just give it a like, give it a follow, subscribe it, and here we go. There's Kevin, he's in his car. Let's zoom in really quick, see what he's doing. I can't really see, my window's dirty. Oh, okay, here's Kevin.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, it's behind us.
Say, it's your boys, we're out here.
We got a bamboo stick. It's not bad, actually.
Wow, are you gonna take that? Are you gonna buy that?
Maybe.
We're gonna do a haul, right? We'll do a YouTube haul.
Yeah,
for
we're gonna do
Mervin's.
a big Mervin's haul.
Do you know where is it? Because I don't, that's like a Kohl's, but that's not a Mervin's.
What? I think it's behind the Kohl's. So we're just gonna go behind the Kohl's and get to it.
Also, this video is brought to you by cups. This cup was made in China, maybe.
You're trying to steal my bit? Fandango now is my bit. Did you spill on yourself?
This
yeah,
cup.
You did. Yeah.
Look, this video is no longer brought to you by cups. This is bullshit. Now
You know what is a good product? Fandango Now. Fandango Now is a great product. You can get all the movies you want for a price. That's the ad copy.
How many movies can you get?
Anything you can find on Amazon Prime, but for money.
That sounds like a great deal. Hey, you know what we're doing?
Yeah. Oh, the sidewalk ends. Oh no. There could be a Mervin's, but it doesn't look
Should we
like
keep looking?
I don't know. It's like choose your own adventure, but this is a video, so they can't really choose their own adventure.
If the Mervin's is back here, I don't think they'd have a good
Location?
Yeah, their location department didn't do a good job of picking a location.
There's no parking lot here. This is clearly just a road.
Yeah, there's only fire lane. Unless they pay for your tickets, kind of like, you know, validate parking, but for tickets.
Can I pay for your? Yeah, can I get my parking validated? Oh, you mean pay your parking ticket? Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Here's
Okay,
the
so this.
trash can.
What the fuck? It's Old Navy.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
It's like we set aside this time for Saturday morning to come here. You drove all the way from Rancho.
Yeah, from Rancho Cordovas.
And this is Arden, and it's like so far.
It's like we're at the back of these buildings. I don't understand.
Yeah, I really don't get it.
I don't get it.
Okay, so we got to the end pretty much. We got to, this is just Hobby Lobby, so.
Back with this. Yeah, so there's no Mervins.
You know, sometimes you ask them at the store, like, do you have any in the back? And they didn't have it in the back.
Yeah, they didn't have any Mervins in the back.
So we have to settle for Kohl's, I guess.
Yeah, but Kohl's isn't open.
Don't tell them that. It's part of the bit.
It's part of the bit? Okay.
So we're going to try to go into Kohl's now and review that.
Sure.
Okay.
Let me go.
Okay, Kevin, go. Where are you going?
What?
It's right there.
Oh, okay. I was going to get something out of my car real quick.
Okay. This is not sponsored by Hyundai. Okay.
I just out the trunk.
Oh. All right. Need some privacy.
Yeah.
Open, open, open.
Open, open, open.
Open. Open, open, open. I need the sales, Kevin. I need the sales. Help, I need sales. It's locked. Oh, geez, Kevin. What's this? Oh, here we go.
Okay.
People thought I was trying to kidnap you.
All right, well...
All right, my turn.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, oh, this is kind of nice. Okay. Oh, where are you? Let's go.
We're not just dropping off.
Wait, where are we going?
What do you mean where we're going? You ever had your kidneys taken out?
No, I don't want to do that again.
You like the radio?
I hate the radio.
Okay. The joke there is I was gonna kidnap you.
Oh. Okay, well, guys, just so you know, if your friend puts you in their trunk, don't do it. The more you know.
If I put you in my trunk, I'm gonna take you to Mexico. I was gonna drive Luke to Mexico and sell him for parts, like a broken car.
We're gonna do the commercial now.
Open, open, open. Ooh. Hi. Where are you?
Open, open, open.
And then, like, something bad happens to you, so you can't get in. You alright? Yeah, see.
So we tried to review the Kohl's. Actually, we tried to review Mervin's, which
it didn't happen.
We actually Googled it just now. It doesn't exist anymore.
Apparently went out of business in 2009 or some shit.
I'm gonna give it like 1, 0. I'm gonna give it 0 out of 10.
I'm gonna give this not Mervin's a -5 out of 10.
I don't blame you. All right, well, just if you're shopping, don't go to Mervin's. Go to Circuit City.
Circuit City. City.
If you want like a DVD box set or like
Circuit City.
An HD DVD, you know, in the red case.
And if Circuit City's closed, you can always go to Radio Shack.
Yeah, you could go to Radio Shack and
or
Tires.
JCPenney's.
Yeah, or go to Borders if you want books.
Yeah, Borders of books.
Sports Authority for sporting goods.
Yeah.
These are all sponsors.
Oh, you know what I love to do? I love to go to a Radio Shack and then hit my local Blockbuster Video to watch a video.
Get a VCR,
at
Radio Shack.
Radio Shack.
I mean, Captain Marvel goes there.
Yeah.
Women. Well, anyways, we tried. I already said this. I feel like I was trying to wrap it up, and then we just riffed so hard.
This is a present. We are wrapping it twice.
Yeah, so basically, don't go to Mervin's. It doesn't exist. Follow Kevin on Whatevs.
Go to your phone and download the Fandango Now app right now and enjoy all the movies you can buy.
Yeah, if you act right now, you can buy 5 for full price.
Yeah.
6, and then you get an extra 1 for also full price.
Yeah, it's a full price marathon.
Yeah.
It's a good deal. Thank you, Mervin's.
Singular Wireless is back. You hear a lot of companies talking about how their 5G is the fastest, or the greatest, or provides the most coverage. It's all very confusing. Well, here at Singular, we have our legal team right off camera to verify that what I'm saying is true when I tell you Singular Wireless has the greatest 5G in the country.
That's not legally accurate.
We don't?
No, we don't.
That's okay. I'll just keep trying stuff, okay? You keep me honest. Singular Wireless has the greatest 5G in the continental US.
No, we don't.
I thought it was because we didn't have Alaska.
It's the other 49 states
Okay,
do.
alright. Singular Wireless has the greatest 5G in Missouri.
No, T-Mobile does.
That's our headquarters.
Sorry.
Singular Wireless has the greatest 5G in this room.
Again, that's T-Mobile.
I thought it was a joke.
Oh.
Singular Wireless has one of the top 3 5G networks.
There's nowhere we're top 3.
Ooh, I was hoping we were top 3. I didn't even say best. Singular Wireless has the thickest 5G coverage in the country.
I hate to keep doing this, but no.
What? I was spelling it CK. Can we get away with CC?
No.
If we spell thick like that?
We don't have either one.
Singular Wireless has one of the top 8 fastest 5G networks in the country.
Sorry, we don't.
What? I don't even know 8 other companies.
No, way more than
You got
8.
Fritos, you got Doritos.
Those aren't companies,
like
but there's Verizon,
Singular.
Raytheon, GE, Sprint.
Okay, Sprint,
Blackwater,
yes.
Patagonia.
Okay, all right, just stop. Great idea for a commercial. Keep us honest.
wanna
Yeah.
take 5?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Singular Wireless. We've got the fittest spokesperson.
Paul Bench is 315.
Can you hear me now, guy?
Yeah, from Verizon and Sprint.
Why didn't you say something? I walked all the way over here with the weight.
I didn't know what you were gonna do with it.
What else was I gonna do with it? Singular Wireless. We have the slipperiest 5G around.
No.
How can you quantify that?
Numbers.
Singular Wireless. Come on.
I don't think that's a sentence.
I know. Singular Wireless. We have the gooeyest 5G network out there.
Gross and wrong.
Shut up. Singular Wireless. Our 5G towers go all the way up.
That's not true.
They don't?
They go half up.
They're just like half the way up?
Yes.
God. Singular Wireless. Our 5G network make it go, ow!
It does not make you go ow.
It could.
It legally couldn't.
Singular Wireless. We have the creamiest 5G network. Which you can get
Actually,
in stores. I thought we were past
Sorry,
it.
I was late on that one.
Ooh. Who's creamier?
Boost Mobile.
Of course. Singular Wireless. Our 5G might not be the best, but it is the most independent.
AT&T owns us.
You think I don't know that we're owned by AT&T? My dad is Jeff Micklefresh, okay? I'm trying to prove that I can kickstart this brand and that I'm a Micklefresh man. Trying to do something. I saw lots of commercials and they were all saying things about the 5G and it was confusing, so I'm trying to make ours simple. But it seems like our 5G doesn't do anything right. So maybe it should be called the Travis Micklefresh 5G network, because like me, it can't do anything right.
Honey,
okay?
you want to take 5?
No, I don't need to take 5. Singular Wireless. The DreamWorks boy uses the 5G network.
No, he doesn't. Go.
Singular Wireless. It's a big boy network.
Oh.
Singular Wireless. Our 5G exists.
Actually, Travis, it doesn't exist.
Alan?
I've been trying to find a way to tell you all day.
But you could have told me it 6 hours ago.
In the arms of the angel.
You could have a steam train if you just lay down your tracks. You could have an aeroplane flying if you bring your blue skies back. All you do is call me. I'll be anything you need. You could have a big dipper going out and down around the bends. You could have a bumper car bumping this amusement never ends. Show me around your fruit cake, and I will be your honeybee. Open up your fruit cake, where the fruit is sweet as can be. I wanna be the sledgehammer. Why don't you call my name? Oh, you better call the sledgehammer.
Hey, everybody, it's the top of the hour. That means very little, except for the fact that you've still got a little time to get yourself ready to watch the show. Maybe get a snack, maybe get something to drink, get all comfy cozy, and share out the link with your friends and folk not already in the stream, because the Suzette Veneti Show will begin in about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Have so many relations in this life. Only one or two will care. You go through all the pain and strife. Turn your back and they gone so fast. And they gone so fast, baby. So hold on to the ones who really care. In the end, I'll be the only one there. When you get old and start losing your hair, can you tell me who will still care? Can you tell me who will still care? Yeah. Ba-ba-doo-be-da-doo-wop. Ooh-ooh-ah-doo-wop. Ba-ba-doo-be-da-doo. Yeah, yeah. Ba-ba-doo-be-da-doo-wop. Ooh-ooh-ah-doo-wop. Ba-ba-doo-be-da-doo. Yeah, yeah. In-a-doo-bop, they're gone. Plant a seed, plant a flower, plant a rose. You can plant any of those. You plant and find out which one grows. The secret no one knows. It's a secret no one knows. Ba-ba-doo-be-da-doo-wop. Ooh-ooh-ah-doo-wop. Ba-ba-doo-be-da-doo. Yeah, yeah. Ba-ba-doo-be-da-doo-wop. Ooh-ooh-ah-doo-wop. Ba-ba-doo-be-da-doo. Yeah, yeah. In-a-doo-bop, they gone. Can you tell me? No, you can't, 'cause you just don't know. Can you tell me? You say you can, but you just don't know. Can you tell me? Which flowers are gonna grow? Is it gonna be a daisy or a rose? Ba-dum-dum-dum-dum.
Welcome to the virtual Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for the Suzette Veneti Show. Please welcome to your screen your host, Suzette Veneti.
Yeah, yeah. Stumbling, but yeah, you're still looking hella fun. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll make you mine. Well, you're a hot mess, and I'm falling for you. And I'm like, hot damn, let me make you my boo. You can shake it, shake it, shake it.
Hi everybody, it's the Suzette Veneti Show. It's 5:03 on a Sunday, so that means you're in the right place. It is Sunday, March 14th. Oh, it's Pi Day. Happy Pi Day, everyone. If you're like, wait, what? Pi 3? It's 314, and the first 2/100th of a decimal for pi is 3.14. I don't know the rest of it because I don't math like that. But it's Pi Day, so look it up. Welcome to the Suzette Veneti Show, the only show hosted by a drag princess who tells you when it's Pi Day. Okay, cool. We're gonna go on with the show. This is actually, I just want to start this. This is kind of important, not a joke. If you're local in Sacramento, the LGBTQ Center is doing take-home HIV tests. So in addition to doing COVID testing on Mondays and Tuesdays from 5 to 8 p.m., you can also just grab an HIV test. Know your status. It's super easy. Pick up a test, take it home, send it back in, get your status. You know, do it when you're getting your COVID test. I get tested once a week for COVID just because I want to make sure I am being responsible. So 17 weeks in a row negative. So on COVID. Then that's all I've tested for so far. Let's see. Okay. Hennepin County judge has granted prosecutors' request to add a third-degree murder charge against former Minneapolis policeman and Derek Chauvin. So that's just also news. The royal family. Wow, that's a lot going on there. Don't have a joke. Joe Biden directs states to make all adults eligible for vaccine by May 1st. Luckily for the anti-maskers, you need not have acted like an adult during the pandemic. You just have to be of legal age. Okay, Myers Leonard used an anti-Semitic slur while playing Call of Duty. The Miami Heat injured backup center, has apologized and said he didn't know what it meant when he said it. Miami Heat owner Mickey Arison, who is Israeli, stated, "I've heard of Call of Duty, but I didn't know that Nazis were playable characters. And also, why is my backup center playing any sort of shooting game? He's a 48% career shooter." Matt Rowan, a sports announcer in Oklahoma, called a high school girls basketball team a racial slur for kneeling during the national anthem. Rowan says he isn't racist. He only said racist things because he's diabetic and his sugar spiked. Snickers, you're not you when you're hungry. Mid-March brings the season of spring break. Obviously, as we're still in the midst of a pandemic, virologists and health experts know that the pandemic won't deter spring breakers and warn that this super-duper spreader event, spring break, it's only going to get more crazy. Chad, 22, a spring breaker from Tuscaloosa, agrees. Yeah, dudes, spring break is going to be crazy. And I didn't have time to write a joke about this, but a man in Texas went to a car dealership to test drive a car, a BMW. Then he drove to a bank. Then he robbed the bank so he would have the money to pay for the car at the car dealership when he came back on his test drive. That is next level ingenuity, but also illegal. So, don't do that. But it makes a great headline. Also, not a joke, but Yo-Yo Ma transformed his 15-minute waiting period post-COVID shot into a concert for the newly inoculated. And with that, we're going to get to my contributor. One of my favorite people. He is boiling a hot pot of tea. So please follow him, 1. 2, his information is below, so if you want to send him some coin, go for it. And 3, join me in welcoming to the show my friend, Clifton Ellison.
Suzette, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, Clifton. How are you?
Good. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, good, perfect. Girl.
Yes.
What a week. What a week, honey. Them Royals. You know, Lord said we will never be Royals. And honestly, I don't want any part of it. My black ass does not want to be involved in any of that shit because it is just too much. Of course, we saw the interview last week with Oprah and Meghan Markle and everything like that, though. But just the thing that has really been sticking out with me lately is just the overall, I would say especially, I'm gonna get straight to the point. The white gays caping for the queen. Why y'all caping for a queen that don't even run your own damn country? 1, 2, your racism is showing. I have seen about 7 or 8 different people within the last week complain about the things that she said, and they're more mad that she's saying it than mad that it happened to her.
Oh, Meghan Markle?
Yeah. Let that sink in for a minute. They're more mad that she said it than mad that it's happened to her.
That's victim blaming. Is what that is.
And so I was just like, okay, here we go. I see you. Not you, Suzette, but I see them. Right. But in good news, you know, the Grammys are on right now as we speak, and the gays are rejoicing because Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande won a Grammy for Rain on Me.
As they should.
Yes, and then also we have a nice, young, fresh talent of Miss Blue Ivy Carter. She won a Grammy for Brown Skin Girls because she's featured on the song with Beyonce. And then there's also been a little bit of controversy with the Grammys. You heard about The Weeknd is boycotting the Grammys because he got snubbed, and
I did.
I mean, I get it, but as a Britney Spears fan, she's been snubbed many times. But you know, award shows are kind of, I don't know, especially those like old award shows like the Grammys or the Oscars or the Golden Globes. It's very like, okay, how much tap dancing and ass kissing can we do?
Well,
for y'all to recognize our work.
For me, it's just about show the rubric. Like, I want to see the scores.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the secrecy.
Yeah, I want to see the scores because a lot of it, is really politics and how much ass kicking and how much are you paying these people to say things and things of that nature. And then if you don't play the game, then you get kind of shafted out. And I mean, The Weeknd had a really good album and I was shocked. I was like, none, zero. I can't go anywhere without hearing Blinding Lights. I hear that shit in the grocery store. I hear it everywhere. Mm-hmm. And the song's been out for almost 2 years and I still hear it everywhere, and nothing like that kind of has me looking at him a little suspect right there. You know, just, I'm not watching the show. I'll watch the highlights and see if anybody does something stupid, but I doubt that's going to happen because they're all doing it from home. So it's going to be very, I don't know. I just miss the days of the MTV VMAs from like 1995 to like 2003 when it would just be some shit happening every year. And it was like the thing to talk about the next day. Now everything's just so, I guess I'm showing my age. I woke up on the wrong side of bed today, Suzette, so I do apologize if I'm coming off a little.
That's okay. I actually have a thank you to give you.
For me?
Yes.
What did I do?
So at brunch today, I finally did my nanny Cardi B number. And you gave me the delightful suggestion of having one laugh turn into another laugh.
One laugh turn into another laugh?
The nanny laugh turned into the Cardi B laugh.
Oh, okay. How did the girls like it?
Oh, everybody liked it a lot.
Good.
I'll have to send you the video.
I can't wait to see. I was trying to get up into the gig for the brunch today, though, but the girls, they love their brunch and they sold out. Y'all been selling out a lot lately, and that's good.
Well, yeah, I mean, let me know. Look, this is not to everybody, but you do this show with me, so you got to let me know when you want in.
Okay, but I don't want to step in front of others though. But I will flex my "Do you know who I am" card next time. So.
Yeah, I mean, and you know the real person to flex it to. It might not be me, but. No,
it's not you. I know.
Is it? Maybe. I don't know.
I
like when people don't know. I like when people don't know who to say it to.
No, did you catch my little hint just there? I said,
Badlands,
how the fuck are you doing?
No, I did. Did
so,
you have reservations?
In other news, I know you probably heard about Jennifer Lopez and A-Rod.
I did, and they're off again, on again, still.
Girl, I saw it, and a part of me was like, do I really want to talk about that today? Or is it kind of just like that couple that you see on Facebook that splits up, and then all of a sudden they're posting inspirational quotes of, he goes, though he shouldn't. Or she's the hunter. She was hunted. Now she's the hunter. Some stupid shit like that. And then 2 weeks later, they're holding hands on another picture on Facebook. And you're just like, girl, live your life. I honestly don't care. She makes more money than I ever will in my life. She looks fabulous, and he's rich, and it's not my issues. But, the girls have been eating it up alive and calling her Thanos because she's been collecting engagement rings. And I'm just like, poor baby can get all the rings though, but she still can't get the infinity voice.
But she can dance.
That was real shady of me. Let's get loud, girl.
Let's get loud. She can dance, and she sold some records.
No, thanks to Ashanti and Christina Milian and the other studio singers, though, but we're not going to go there.
Well, just don't have this conversation with Mariah.
How can you have it? She doesn't know her.
Oh, no, she knows her. That's the problem. She knows her, and she's not pleased.
What else was I going to talk about? Honestly, the pop culture news really has just been, did you hear about Kurt Franklin cussing his son out?
I did not.
So I guess Kurt Franklin, you know who Kurt Franklin is, right?
I do. Stomp.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Suzette, I see you.
I know things.
So I guess he has like a 34-year-old son. They're estranged, and he recorded some phone conversations and voicemails. And I know I'm going to hell for laughing at this, because I know this is family drama, but it's just so funny hearing someone so saved and sanctified saying, I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. I'm going to stomp you out. I'm going to da-da-da-da-da. And it was just like, I heard the voicemail and I was just like, oh. But then I heard what the son said too. And I was like, you're not too old to get popped by your dad now. You said some disrespectful shit, and Kirk wasn't having it though. But it was just the funniest thing ever. And Kirk Franklin kind of resembles the rapper Plies. And so there's like this meme, and I posted it on Facebook. It said, when your son gets out of line, and it was Kirk Franklin, he just morphed into the rapper Plies. And I was like, oh my God. And then I thought to myself, I said, you've never seen Kirk Franklin and Plies in the same room.
Like me and Shakira.
Yeah, never seen you and Shakira in the same room either. Where's your accent, girl?
Oh, it's where Wanda's is.
Or was it Agatha all along?
It was. It always is.
Agatha was mad that you did the Super Bowl last year, and she decided to put a hex on the world and give us a pandemic.
Could be.
Could be. Next week on WandaVision.
So good. So that's why I wore this today, because I don't know if you can see it, but she's right here.
I see it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you. They're all.
What does the front say?
The front says Marvel. Oh, it's backwards.
Oh, okay, I was looking. I was like, I thought it said Marvel, but then I can only see like from here up on you.
And like, here's all. I don't know if you can see that. There's Spider-Man, Black Panther, Black Widow, Thor, Iron Man. They're all here.
Oh, I'm gonna have to steal that sweater from you, Suzette. But that is a beautiful sweater.
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to rep today. Is that all?
Yeah, that's really it. I'm gonna just get up and make some dinner and play some video games, and yeah, that's really it. I feel like I am missing something, and it's gonna come to me the second I log off. But you know what? Whatever. It must have not been that important.
Write it down, and we'll circle back next week.
We will. All right. Well, thank you so much for having me, Suzette.
Thank you so much for being here. And if I don't send you a video in 2 hours, you should nag
I'll
me.
message you.
Yes, please, because I want you to see it.
All right. Well, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Love you.
Love you too.
All right, Bees and Booze. That was Clifton Ellison. His information was below him. You can send him some coin. You can give him a follow. And above my pretty little head is the information for Stab Comedy Theater. Right now, it's actually, what's the actual title? The Quarantine-aversary?
Yeah.
The quarantine, would you?
Oh, it's the Stab in Place Quarantine-aversary Stabtacular. Celebrating the fact that as of this very day, March 14th, this was our last live shows on this stage last year, March 14th. So, an entire year closed to the public. So we thought, rather than mourning it, we'll celebrate what we've done over the last year.
I think that's great. And you guys do have a ton of programming. 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Multiple shows a day.
Yeah.
Tonight there's
2 more stand-up shows following this.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Bodi Pozi Comedy at 7:30 and live comedy from the Apocalypse at 9.
Right on. And one of the bar employees that works brunch was talking to me today, and he said, "Hey, you know what I watched last night?" And I was thinking, like, my reruns? No, he just watched at 9 o'clock. You had Heather's show.
Yeah.
And so he was watching that. He was like, it was just Stab was just streaming live, and I was like, they usually are at night. So, if you're out there watching this show and you enjoy this show, then, or if you don't, you should still give Stab a watch. Twitch.tv/Stab Comedy, but you're watching it right now, so you're probably there. Unless you're on YouTube, just watch it wherever you're watching it, because there's always content, and we're still bringing you content in a pandemic, because that's what art is. So information is above my head. You know where to watch Stab. Stab, Quarantine-aversary, Stab-tacular.
Yeah, essentially.
I was close.
It's too wordy.
Well,
but I do that. So
I've had a long day. I'll work on it before the end of the show.
It's fine.
Okay, so with that, we're going to get to my interview guest. No Chelsea tonight, but she'll be back next week, hopefully, and we'll get to hear what's going on with her. My interview guest tonight has a list of accomplishments that would make anyone blush and is only 13. An LGBTQ advocate, outspoken gay youth editorial and runway model, public speaker, performer, designer, actor, and published author. Also the founder of their own youth drag house, the House of Amazing. A published author and has walked the runways at New York Fashion Week. Please join me in welcoming to the show, Desmond is Amazing.
Hey, what's up?
Hi,
How
Desmond.
are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
No problem.
I really appreciate it because you're on East Coast time. So hopefully we won't keep you too long.
No, it's okay. I have all night.
Oh, okay, right on. So what have you been up to during the pandemic?
Let's see. Video games, and video games. That's all that, and pretty much just video games and school.
What
What else is there to do?
What video games?
I play Roblox.
Say it again.
It's like a online gaming platform.
Oh, okay. I'm showing my age because I'm like, I don't know that one. So video games and school. What's it like going to school in a pandemic?
Well, I do enjoy real life school better because virtual school, it just feels like I'm not getting, I mean, I can't name one thing that I learned in virtual learning. So I much rather prefer real life school, which is happening right now. Thank God. I'm going back to school in real life, so finally I can get my grades up, so my grades can stop, going down. Like, I don't want to fail 8th grade.
Yeah, so 8th grade. So
yeah,
you have high school next year, right?
Yes, and I am looking forward to it.
Right on.
Look forward to making new friends.
I'm glad.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I'm glad that the pandemic's. I mean, I'm not glad it's happening now, but I'm glad that it's not interrupting your high school, because that's a whole new experience. And
I'm very excited for it.
And you'll get to go to all of that in person, so that's exciting. So you said video games and school. Have you done any online shows?
Yeah, I did a few at the beginning of the pandemic, but ever since then, I've mostly been doing maybe in the summer. I was doing at-home performances, and then school started, and then I didn't do much, so not really, which is annoying because I really love doing performances because, I mean, who doesn't?
Right. So do you enjoy the video performances as much as live performances?
No, I love live performances so much more, but I mean, what can I do? We're in a pandemic, so.
Oh, absolutely. So you do what you can, and if that means a video
Gotta
performance.
work with your environment.
Yep. You know what? thank you for saying that, because there are so many. I've interviewed so many performers, and most of them understand that. But I think there are performers out there that don't understand that right now, you know, there is an environment, and we have to work within it.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
and I see all these people.
Oh no, go ahead, please.
I see all these people, you know, complaining about wearing a mask, and all these people just whining about the pandemic. And then it's like, you whine about the pandemic and you want it to be over, yet you don't wear your mask. I think it's just hypocrisy. And this pandemic could have been much less worse if people actually just did what they're supposed to do and wore a mask. Because masks save lives. It's scientifically proven.
Absolutely. And it's funny that the people that complain the loudest are the people like wanting to go back to normal are the ones that aren't wearing
you're
masks.
Complaining, yet you're not doing what's going to make it end. Like, you play a role in it too. Thank you very much.
Right. We all do have a role, and we all have a part, and we can join together to end it faster if we all do the responsible things.
Which, you know, will never happen because, oh, God forbid I wear a mask. The world's going to end. God forbid I have to cover my mouth and nose. The world's going to end. And what's also really making me upset at this current moment is the lift on masks in certain states. I can't remember, but I know Texas was one of them. And you noticed today that it went into effect. Coronavirus cases spiked up really high in all those states.
Yeah.
So it just shows that masks work.
Masks work, and it's a real.
The pandemic is not over yet.
Right.
It's sort of coming to an end. It's the beginning of the end, I think. Sort of, I hope. But that doesn't mean you can stop wearing your mask.
Well,
you have to wear your mask the whole way.
It's a little bit like going for a run, right? And if you want to run 2 miles, you have to run the whole 2 miles.
Yeah, you can't take like shortcuts.
Right, you have to do it.
You can't take like a subway or a bus.
Right. Well, we don't have subways out here at Sacramento, but absolutely you have them in New York. And you can't you have to stay till the end of the line, using a subway term. You can't if you're riding to the end, you can't get off 2 stops early because then you're not going to make it to your destination.
Yeah, it's just like it's the hypocrisy of these people. Like, and it's mostly all these like middle-aged white women who with Karen hairdos who are all complaining to the manager about having to wear a mask. And what really makes me really upset is that mask became political. It's a mask.
Yeah.
It's a mask. It's nothing to get political about. Everything has to be about politics now, even the littlest things. And sure, I am I like politics, but masks becoming basically showing what party you support is ridiculous.
The politicization, I think that's the word.
Big word.
Right. The fact that they've become politicized, and there we go, is very strange. I agree.
It's a shame.
It is a shame because it's public health, and you would hope that we could all just agree on at least that. But hopefully people will stay on till the end of the line.
Hopefully.
And I think that's what I would like to see. If you don't mind me asking, you also published a book during the pandemic.
Yes, I did. I have it right here. It's Be Amazing, A History of Pride by me. Desmond is amazing. And let's do a basic rundown of what it's about. So, and the story behind it, of course.
Yes, please.
There's all these books about, boys in dresses. Oh, a boy wore a dress. Oh, a girl wore a suit. oh, fabulous. But then there's no kids book about, how that boy or girl was able to wear the piece of fabric they wanted to. Because, clothes don't have a gender. And if you think clothes have a gender, then I'm sorry, but you should go jump into a volcano because it's a piece of fabric.
It is a piece of fabric. So we'll circle back to clothes and gender.
Yeah.
About your book. So what's the message of your book?
Well, I went a little off topic. So there's none about the history of the LGBTQ community for kids. So I thought kids need to learn this. Kids need to know what it was like in the past for people like me and you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I wrote the book. And I also wrote about how I discovered my true self. And I received so many videos and photos of kids holding their books or reading it. And it's just honestly so sweet. Oh my God, I'm sorry. My birds are being crazy. It's honestly just so sweet. And it makes me feel good that these kids are learning history, especially important history.
Very important history. What is it like seeing a book that you wrote and seeing it in person?
It is words cannot describe how weird it feels, how awesome it feels, and how awkward it feels. It's like, wow, my book's there. And it's also like, I'm looking at my name. The whole world can see my name right now. And it's just a mix between like awkward and awesome.
Well, congratulations on being a published author. That's quite an accomplishment.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
What was the process like writing the book?
Well, let's just say it was ridiculous.
Okay.
It took 2 years.
2 years.
And most of that was just waiting.
Okay.
Which, waiting and waiting and waiting. But thankfully we got it out. And I wrote it in like 2018. And, it didn't come out till 2020, which, that's kind of sad, in my opinion. Because it was a major publishing company that wanted to make this book, so they obviously had a lot of other people to take care of. But I didn't expect it to be this long. Like, I didn't expect it to last like a century. I thought it would just last like maybe a year. But it honestly felt like a century. And when it came out, it was just a relief that all my hard work and all this waiting has finally done, and people are able to read my book.
Right on. I think that's really cool. And I'm gonna assume that your feelings on the topic of the book are the same now as they were in 2018.
Oh, of course.
Well,
of course.
Sure.
I'll always think my book is an amazing book.
That is very fair. Very
freezing
fair.
up.
Was writing a book something that you've wanted to do for a long time?
Sort of, but not really. It was sort of an idea I had, but the book publishing company reached out to us, and I just said, why not? Because, why not?
Sure.
You only live once, and your life could end any second. Like, my life could end like in like 10 minutes or 10 minutes after we finish this. So it's like, why not just go for it?
That's a good philosophy.
So it's not really something I really thought of. I thought it would be cool to have a book, but I wasn't expecting to actually have one. So it's honestly just amazing.
Right on. Do you think you'll write another book?
Depends. It depends on what the publishing company wants, and yeah. But I can't speak more about that. Just,
Okay. Well, we'll have to keep a lookout. And your Instagram handle is underneath your feed right now, so if anyone is interested in following you for more information on if you're going to write another book or whatever you're up to, they can follow you there. I also want to mention that instead of a Venmo, we have a link to the Trevor Project under your feed. So if anyone wants to go there, that's a cause that's important to you.
Yes, it is a very important cause to me. And all LGBTQ nonprofit organizations are very important to my community.
Very, very cool. I want to, if you don't mind me asking a question, we're getting some questions from the viewers. Do you mind answering some of those?
Yeah, of course.
So the first one is from Phineas Ferb 94 on Twitch. And the question is, when did you first want to be feminine? So let me ask this. Would you consider your life, would you consider your drag, would you say that you're feminine in some aspects?
I've always been feminine. I'm always feminine 24/7.
Okay.
In gym, I run like a girl, so it's just
that's just
I'm
how
feminine.
it's how it's
I'm
always
just
been.
feminine, period.
Okay. So there was no
No,
no
there's
decision.
no touch of masculinity in me, honey.
So it's just always how you've been.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. You're 13, right?
Yes, and I'll be 14 in June.
Okay. Also from Phineas Ferb 94, they're asking if you, when you first realized you were gay, would you say that that's something that you feel comfortable talking about?
I can talk about that. I mean, I always knew I was gay ever since I could think. People that have crushes on the boys and, the other classes. Well, I just knew from a young age that I'm different than others. And when I was 9, I came out to my mom, and I mean, her reaction, she just said, I know. I mean, it was pretty obvious. So, I pretty much always knew I was gay ever since I could think.
Okay. So you've known both of those just as long as you've been you. Now, something that people my age, a lot of people, maybe they knew it or they didn't feel comfortable with it, but you certainly are just amazing being yourself. What do you think that's, why do you think that is? Do you think that's maybe your parents are supportive, or do you think it's the time that you're living in?
I think it's definitely the time that I'm living in, and I mean, it's much more supportive than the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. There's all these stories about how these kids were harassed. So I think it definitely has something to do with when I was born, and I am so grateful to be born in a time where my community is mostly accepted and respected by most people. And honestly, this is kind of an unpopular opinion, but you don't have to support LGBTQ, but just respect us like you would respect a normal person, and don't treat us any different than just a straight person. You don't have to support us, just treat us the same.
That's, equality.
But yeah, I just thought I'd say that.
And that's,
some people say religions, it's against their religion, but even if it's against your religion, you should still treat us with respect, and even if you don't support us.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you, because I think a core tenet of most religions is to treat people well and with respect. And so if you're picking and choosing who you're treating respectfully, you're not really following your religion anyway. So maybe just treat everyone well.
Yeah, you don't have to support us. I mean, as long as you believe that we deserve basic human rights and you think that we should be treated the same, then let's be best friends. I mean, why not?
Well, yeah, no, I agree. I think everyone should be entitled to basic human rights. It's in the name, they're basic human rights. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is kind of the topic of your book. It's the history of the LGBTQ community. So, like you said, it wasn't so easy in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. It's a little easier now.
I mean, it's much better nowadays, but there's still a lot of hate towards the LGBTQ community. And fun fact, I am wanted in probably 72 countries. I can't remember. But anyone who is LGBTQ, just know that you're wanted in 72 countries.
And wanted in a bad way, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
You're wanted. You're a criminal.
Right.
For being yourself.
Right.
And I think I'm very lucky to live in the USA and not like in Africa, or like Saudi Arabia where they hang you or beat you with stones for being yourself. So I'm very glad I'm born in a country that is gives us human rights and everyone else human rights.
Well, I'm glad you're here too, because you're certainly a leader within the community, and this country living in this country allows you to do that and be that.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad that works out that way. What do you like about this? Is kind of I don't have a transition, but we talked about you doing virtual shows. What do you like about live shows? What makes them so much fun to do?
Well, all the cheering, all the applause, there's the tips, which I mean, hey, who doesn't love tips? And it's just more fun because you get to interact with more people and you actually have an audience and you're not just staring at a wall or staring at a camera. So it's just, live shows are just 1,000 times better, in my opinion, at least.
They are a lot more fun, live shows. It's very hard to perform to an empty room or, a room full of one person. So I agree with you. What goes into, whether you're performing live or on film, you still have to get into drag. What goes into performing, or what goes into getting ready for drag? Is there a difference between, so this is a two-part question. What goes into getting ready? And then is there a difference between getting ready for a live show or a tape show?
Well, yes, there's many differences. A live show, you have a schedule, but, oops, oh my bad. Live show, you have a schedule, and then pre-recorded, you don't really have a schedule. So that's like the only good thing about at-home performances, that you don't have a schedule and you have to rush. But everything else about it is just not my thing.
Not your cup of tea. So how long does it take to get ready?
Depends. It honestly depends. But usually it takes around 30 to an hour. 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay. That's actually pretty quick.
Yeah.
Very cool. I wish I could be ready for a show in 30 minutes. What's the longest that you've been in drag in one day?
I don't know. That I don't remember, but I do remember that day. I do remember the day I was in drag for 18 hours.
Oh wow,
that was painful.
18 hours.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was for. I think it was 18 to 16. I can't remember, but it was painful.
What do you mind letting the viewers know what was painful?
Well, it was like 3 years ago, so I can't remember. I think it was for like a very long photo shoot, or it was something big. It was something that was very big and very drawn out.
Yeah, those can really make you tired on a long day.
Yeah, it's been a long day as well today. I done 2 photo shoots today, so I'm looking forward to going to sleep.
Oh my
soon.
gosh! Well, thank you for making time for us after the photo shoots.
Oh no, it's my pleasure.
I can relate. I had my brunch today, so it has been a long day.
Yes, it has.
What's you've performed in so many different shows and venues. What's the most interesting venue that you've performed in?
Well, I guess they're all interesting because they all have a different vibe, you know. They're not the same, you know. There's something unique about them. So they're all very interesting. Some are like okay, some are just like wow, and some are like just like I remember I can't really remember how it looked, but I knew it had like a bunch of like paper swings or like swings on the upper deck.
Okay.
It was insane. I can't remember what the name was called, but that was probably the most interesting because it had like a little whole playground made out of like fabric.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I can't even make a skirt out of fabric, and someone made a whole airplane. Very neat.
Huh?
Oh, I just said somebody made a whole airplane out of fabric. That's very neat. What's the craziest performance that you've ever given?
What was that question?
What's the craziest performance that you've ever given?
Ooh. Probably the one where I had to go in 3 outfits in like 1 hour. Like I had to do makeup and put on an outfit in like 1 hour. Well, actually, I had like 5 outfits for 1 hour. Or no, it was 6 outfits. So I had like 5 minutes to do my makeup, 5 minutes, like 3 minutes to put my outfit on, or sometimes even 1 minute, and then do it and then go back. I can't remember, but I knew it was out of state. I think it was in California, and yeah, it was very stressful.
Okay. What's the craziest performance that you've ever given?
Well, I don't really know because all my performances are quite, insane.
Okay.
I don't think I have an answer to that question, honestly. I mean, I'm very crazy in my performances. Not like cuckoo crazy, but like, that good type of crazy.
Right. Exciting, fun, intense, surprising. What's the coolest thing about doing drag?
What was that last part?
What's the coolest thing about doing drag?
Being able to be a different character in your own body. For me, that's the coolest part.
That's very cool. What would you say differs about you between you as a drag character and you as a person?
Nothing much. I'm usually the same.
Okay.
This is just me, how I act. I pretty much act the same in and out of drag.
Would you say that that's the case for most drag performers?
Well, I mean, I don't know, honestly. I mean, how they feel is how they feel, and I can't really judge them on how they feel.
Sure. That's very fair. I found my questions. What's?
Oh my god, I'm so tired.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'll try to get you.
No,
Get to
that's
the
okay.
rest of the questions quick. What's the coolest thing about doing drag?
Being able to be myself and being able to dress up and, you know, get fans from it.
Yeah.
And just be a different character inside your own body.
That is very cool. Is there a thing that is the worst about drag? Something that you're like, oh, I love drag, but this is the worst.
Makeup.
Makeup? Is it?
Yes.
Just in
makeup
general, putting it on, taking it off?
Putting it on. Taking it off is really easy, but like putting it on, making sure it's even, it's like a struggle.
How long have you been wearing makeup for drag numbers?
Oh God, I don't even know. Let's just say a while. I know a while.
Okay.
Probably since I was 5. If I had to, estimate it, probably 5.
Oh wow, so 8 years. When did you start doing your own?
Well, it depends, but I think I started doing it on my own professionally around 2018 to 2017. Or no, 2018 to 2019.
Okay.
2018 to 2019. That's when I started doing it professionally.
So 2.5 years.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Oh my God. Can you stop? I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Is that a bird?
My birds. Yeah, they're always so silent when we're not on a call, but whenever we go on a call, they gotta, get that clout.
Very chatty. What kind of birds?
Yeah. 3 parrotlets and 2 parakeets.
Okay. And I'm sure they're very well taken care of.
Yes, definitely.
How has your drag changed in the last 9 years since when you started?
Well, I don't wear cardboard boxes anymore.
Okay.
And I don't wear blankets anymore. But I've always just been, always doing different styles. I've never stuck to one style because I like to experiment. So it hasn't really changed unless you count my glory days when I was wearing blankets and cardboard and paper.
Do you ever want to go back to just even maybe for a photo shoot or for a number? Do you ever want to go back to cardboard and paper?
For a photo shoot, but professionally, never.
Okay. Can you tell me about the House of Amazing?
Yeah, and so the House of Amazing, it's an upcoming project that I hope to get done soon once the pandemic is over, which is basically an online platform for drag kids. And we have to, make it safe and everything, make it safe from, discussing people on the internet. So it's going to take a while to finish, and I've been saying it for like 3 years now. But very expensive, and it's very, very, very complicated. But I hope to get it done soon. I really do hope. Like, I'm not kidding. But me and my mom are working on it.
What will it be?
Basically like an online platform for drag kids to chat.
That's very cool. So it won't be like a family house. It'll be an online.
No.
Okay. Okay. And do you know what the web address will be when you have it ready?
Oh, what's that?
Do you know what the address will be when you have it ready? When it's ready to be live, a live website? Do you know what the address will be?
No, we haven't even found the social engine we want to use it. I mean, we do, but we haven't really subscribed yet.
Okay. So if anyone's watching and they're curious about this, they could follow you on Twitter.
Instagram.
Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They could follow you on Instagram, and they could keep up to date with you and what you're doing. And when the House of Amazing is a live website, they'll know.
Yeah.
Very cool. Do you consider the House of Amazing your drag family?
Not necessarily. I consider it more of a community.
Okay. Very cool. I have another couple questions from a viewer if you're
Okay.
open.
I'll take a few more questions and then.
Okay.
head
From
out.
I don't know how to say that. Ms. Gecko on Twitch. What live shows are you looking forward to post-pandemic, or performances you're developing now?
Well, I don't have any currently. I'm not booked for any, sadly. But I hope to be booked for some soon because I love them. And I really hope that they're out of New York State because, I mean, I've done enough in New York State. I want to do more in different states.
Understandable. What's your favorite state to perform in?
California. Don't ask why, I just like the vibe.
That's okay. I live here now, so we're happy you like it. Also from Miss Gecko, what's your creative process like in developing all your rad drag ensembles? So
I mean, it's sort of like go for it, but then at the same time, it's like make a good plan, but like go for it. And like, you know, if something doesn't work out, then gotta redo it. So it's very complicated and it does get a little annoying sometimes, but I mean, hey, what can I do about it?
yeah, no, it's not the easiest thing. Sometimes it's just easy to do the number and get it out.
Yeah.
So, if you don't mind me asking, why did you start performing in drag?
I don't know. It was fun.
So it
just felt fun, and you know, it just felt, you know, it just felt like it got rid of that insecurity inside me.
So
I don't know what kind of insecurity it was, but it was definitely it was definitely an inconsiderate. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm so tired.
No, that's okay.
It definitely was a me problem, and drag kind of solved it.
So it was a way to kind of
cope with my insecurities.
And it let you be yourself.
Yeah.
Very
Pretty
cool. Why is it important that anybody that wants to do drag be allowed to do drag?
Because it's your body. As long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're not being racist, transphobic, etc., then go for it. I mean, like I said earlier, you only live once, so.
Yeah, you do. So why is drag something that anybody can do?
Because it's a really simple question, but at like same time, really like odd question. But anyone should be able to do drag, honestly. There's just no doubt about it. Everyone should be able to, you know, do what they want as long as it's not, you know, harming anyone.
That's fair. So anybody can do drag because anybody can do anything
Of course.
that's not harming someone else.
Not trying to, you know, make a disrespectful statement.
Oh no, I don't think you are. I think you're saying drag is open to all people. No matter who you are or what gender you identify with, or your orientation, drag is open to all people.
Yes.
Very cool. You're taking flying trapeze lessons?
Before the pandemic, yes.
Okay, what's that like?
It felt weird, but I can't remember it because, I mean, it was like maybe about a year and a half ago now, so.
Do you want to go back to that when the pandemic's over?
Of course.
Very cool. That would scare me a little bit, a flying trapeze.
A few more questions.
Okay. I think we're good
Two
there.
more questions, maybe.
Well, that's all the questions I wrote. I have rapid fire. Do you want to do the rapid fire
okay.
quick?
All right.
Okay. Do you have a drag name that you didn't end up using?
Well, my drag name is Desmond is Amazing, so
So no other names were considered.
that's my drag name.
Sure, right. But was there one?
No other names.
No other names. Do you have a favorite wig color?
Favorite wig color, blonde.
Blonde. It's a good choice. Do you name your
Blonde.
wigs?
What?
Do you name your wigs?
No.
Okay. Some people do. I don't know anyone that does, but I've heard some people do. How high is too high for high heels?
Infinity and beyond.
Really?
Yes.
What's the highest that you've worn?
Maybe 6.
6 or 7?
Yeah.
I'll do 6 all the time, but 7 inches is 7 inches is craziness to me. What's your favorite show to perform in?
Well, honestly, it depends. It depends, honestly.
Okay. Do you have a favorite place to perform?
No. I like all venues as long as they're kid friendly.
Right on. Kid friendly is important for drag, I think. It's great when shows are kid friendly, all around. What's your favorite thing an audience member has ever said to you after a show?
That was so amazing. That made me cry. You're so fierce. Yeah, stuff like that.
Very cool. Do you have a favorite LGBTQ activist?
Marsha B. Johnson.
Very good. Activist to be a fan of. Let's see. Do you have a favorite? Is there something you like about the existence of brunch?
I don't know.
Do you like brunch?
I don't know.
I
don't like brunch.
You don't like brunch?
No, not really. It doesn't really make much sense to me.
Okay, that's fair. I like it, but not everyone has to like everything.
Yeah.
Do you like DC or Marvel?
Huh?
Do you like DC or Marvel comic books, movies?
I can't hear you.
Oh.
My bird, sorry.
Sure. Do you like DC or Marvel? Like the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I don't like superhero movies.
Really? Okay. What movies do you like?
Horror movies.
Toilet paper. Do you like it over or under?
Under.
Under. Okay.
Yes.
That's an important question because during the pandemic, toilet paper has been a hot button issue. So we're finding out some people like it over, some people like it under.
Oh my goodness.
Do you have a favorite drag queen?
RuPaul, because without RuPaul, I wouldn't be sitting here.
That's fair. Do you have a favorite drag king?
I love all drag kings. I mean, they're just so unique, and they put way more effort than drag queens do. That's just my opinion, though.
Do you want to shout a couple out?
Well, I can't really remember any at this exact moment because I haven't met any in like a year.
Sure.
But I know some on Instagram. I know that there are many that follow me on Instagram. All right, one more question.
Okay. Last question. When all of this is over and we go back to a normal world, what's the thing that you're looking most forward to?
Being able to meet my fans again in person and being able to do performances.
Very cool. That's all the questions I have, Desmond. Where can people find you?
Okay, thank you.
On Instagram?
Yeah, Desmond is amazing. No spaces, no underscores, all lowercase. Desmond is amazing.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it. Take care and
have a
get
good
some,
night.
You too, and get some rest.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, bees and boos, that was Desmond is Amazing. You can follow Desmond on Instagram, and if you want to go check out the Trevor Project, that would mean a lot to Desmond, as that is an important foundation to Desmond. So with that, we're going to get to the end of the show, which is always the same caboose. It's always actor, producer, whatever he's doing, David Shapiro. Hi, David. How are you?
Hey, Suzette. How are you? So I was listening to your interview with Desmond is Amazing.
Yes.
And you asked them the importance of being able to do drag. If somebody wants to do drag, why is it important they be allowed to do drag? And so I thought I would just come down here to Badlands. And Apple Adams was here. And I'm a fan of yours. I can't even talk.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Cool.
So I just thought I would take your question and kind of ask it also to Apple. So Apple, what is the importance, if somebody wants to do drag, why is it important they be allowed to do drag?
I think, okay, so for me specifically, drag opened a lot of doors. I started drag as a cis homosexual man, still homosexual, but through exploration of drag and finding my vibe with all of it, I found out that I was non-binary. And I think I think drag is kind of a wonderful course for anyone to kind of explore gender. I think it's safe. I think it's free. I think it's a fun, artistic way to just kind of, express yourself. And whether it be for gender or just for the sake of the arts, I think it's a whole lot of fun, and I think everyone should have the opportunity to.
So you're non-binary?
I am.
What can you explain that? Because I don't want to clumsily do that, and I don't trust Suzette to do it. I mean, you know her.
I do.
So I don't.
I sure do.
Yeah.
Hi, Suzette. What's
Hi,
up?
Apple. Hi.
Yeah. So non-binary is basically it's a non-gender. The idea is that you don't specifically subscribe to anything feminine or masculine. You kind of love everything. So you feel less awkward about, say, I don't know, celebrating your feminine side if you're a cis male. Or celebrating your masculine side if you're a cis female. It's all about just kind of finding out what works for you, what resonates, and going crazy with it.
So I've also heard gender fluid. Is that different? Is it the same?
Very similar. I would say, so for me, I would say gender fluid is kind of the idea of just sort of like riding all the genders at once. It's like a very, you're Tony Hawking your way through, just grinding through male, female, and anything in between.
Okay. Right. And then I've asked Suzette before if I could be a drag queen as a straight man, and she always says no, which is funny coming from her because, like, honey, I've seen your drag, and but anyway, can straight people do drag?
Yes, and Suzette, that's not very woke of you. Shame.
No, I just don't want him doing it.
By all means, I love when we have straight men in drag. There is a lot of fabulous straight men who do drag, and I think if anything, it's worth celebrating because this is someone in a weird space where it's like you are you're regulated by the hypermasculine needs of society to be a straight man and to not feel your feelings and to not explore femininity. And I think it's a wonderful idea for anybody. But, honestly, if you're a straight man and you want to do drag. There's no rule saying that you, as a straight man, can't enjoy femininity.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Well, I will listen to you.
Thank you. I am right.
And not to her.
That's right. She's not.
Yeah.
But I love you, Suzette.
I love you too, Apple. I just don't want David doing drag because I don't like him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Same.
I know.
All right. Well, thank you, Apple. And thank you, Suzette. And I'm going to stay here tonight and watch the show. So I guess I'll see you in a little bit. I'm sorry you have to deal with it. Are you going to be around
I'll deal.
tonight?
If I'm not performing, I'll definitely be drinking.
Okay, cool. Well, then we'll see you when you get back over here, Suzette.
Sure the frick will.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Apple. Okay. David Shapiro with Apple Adams. What a fun little treat. And that is the show. Quick show tonight. Thank you for joining us. We will be back next week with Ivy Cordova. But as for today's thank you to Clifton Ellison. Thank you to Jesse. Thank you to Desmond is Amazing. Thank you to Apple Adams. I guess I'll say thank you to David Shapiro because you were here too. And thank you to you, the viewers, for tuning in. If it was your first time, if it was your 47th time, really enjoy doing the show for you and hope you'll tune back in next week on the 21st with Ivy Cordova, an amazing comic friend of mine. and we'll see you at 5:03 on March 21st. And don't forget, there's more programming tonight at Stab, at the Quarantine-aversary. Tacular. I'm messing it up.
Quarantine-aversary is plenty.
Quarantine-aversary. The next show is at
7:30.
7:30, and it's the Bodi Pozi show.
Yeah.
So tune back in about an hour and 20 minutes and get some live comedy. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
All right, everybody. Well, that's Suzette. Thank you once again, Suzette and everybody on the show. I know we gave you like an hour of videos between the last shows. I don't think I could do an hour and a half. It was just Suzette with a uncustomarily brief show due to loss of a couple contributors tonight and a quick, tired, sleepy interview. So I think instead of sticking around for another hour and 20 minutes until the next show, we're just going to send you guys off and hope that you come back at 7:30. We've got 2 more shows tonight. It's Bodi Pozi comedy and live comedy from the apocalypse. And I guess to get you warmed up for some of that, why don't we send you to some other stand-up back over at our friends Comedy Hub. So you can go ahead and check them out and enjoy some more stand-up. And hopefully we will see you back here at 7:30 for the second half of the second day of Stab in Place Quarantine-aversary Stab-tacular. So hold on for the raid, and hope to see you back here at 7:30. Hold on, everybody. Off to Comedy Hub. We will see you in a bit.